talking about, man?
I saw
Those
I saw the rage. That's the only thing that really changed for me.
And your aspect didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I coded. Yeah, your rage protection now changed from bludgeoning, piercing, all that to everything except psychic.
Yeah.
So because you're attuned.
Do
you guys want to talk about all the little changes that come with your new level? Because level 3 is a big level for most of the characters.
Good for you.
Not well for Genmare, his comes in at 2, right? Like you're channeling. I don't think we've seen you channel yet.
He just got it.
Channeling, yeah.
It comes in at level 2 for him, right?
3.
Really? Huh.
No.
I thought clerics get it at level 2.
Clerics get it at 2. Same with their
Paladin.
divine domain. He was talking about Genmare, not me.
Oh, Genmare. Oh, I'm thinking Grayak. I'm sorry. My bad.
No,
My
I
bad.
can
Yeah.
channel
Grayox is level 3.
Yeah.
Osric
I just haven't done any of that yet.
Maybe
You guys are gonna
new
see
level
a
up
new-
will actually get hair.
You guys are going to see a new...
What's up,
new
idiot there?
Grayak.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you're going to start to see more about like your actual...
His armor might be a little different now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's let me get the mic. It'd be helpful. I put the mic in my face.
Hey, am I louder now? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you're a lot better.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Okay. You want it again? Why is it every time I go live, my camera deactivate, activate? It goes.
You use OBS.
Perfect. Yeah, OBS. Yeah, for Stream Elements
An
OBS,
thing.
and I have to pay attention to it. I did it the other night. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Anyway, and it's it's probably just foreshadowing my age, being slow and old. But let's start our introductions. We're missing our lovely, the one and only Lionel. So we have some plans for him, but the group's in a little bit of predicament. But let's do our introductions. And apparently if they want to showcase, they leveled up, and they were very happy about it last week. They got some new abilities. But Abdul, you're up first. Say hello to everybody, please.
Hello, my name's Abdul. I'm Alex in real life, Abdul in game, obviously. I'm a Goliath barbarian. I just praise a bear now, pretty much. Still the same, slash stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it.
Glenmere.
My name's Caleb. I play Genmare, a High Elven Cleric, a devotee of Torm. Let's get going. Let's play the session today. Have fun.
He and Jones
exploded.
That's right. Yeah, they're lovely. The thing they love the most. They've had 3 of now. Fireballs. Yeah, Grey Axe.
Love.
Well, I like fire, but I am Grayax, the Dragonborn Paladin. Grayax is going to take on a little bit of a new look, coming with his Oath of the Ancients at level 3. He enjoys reading books.
Okay, Osric.
Hello, all everyone. My name is Osric Tornbottom. I'm Halfling. I'm played by Ben. Hello, my name is Ben. And a fun fact about me: I'm still on fire. Keeping on pace with last session. I think I'm on fire. Might have been behind the bar at the time. Also, a little known fact about me: my character is played by if we were going to pick an actor. To portray us in the movies. Osric is portrayed by a young Tim Roth.
Danny DeVito.
Tim Roth from...
Danny DeVito.
Sorry. We just cut him off.
If you want me to do Danny DeVito.
No, just messing with you.
I can do Danny DeVito.
Oh, no.
Just messing with you. All right, yes, and we're missing our lovely, the one and only Loco, his character Lionel, the 3rd level Ranger Tabaxi, Outlander, who is stealthy, keeps to his own, and likes to eat rats. And he's been busy with them. So yeah, folks, last week they were finishing up a couple of side missions they had, and getting the rest of the money in play for their the unlucky die. Took me a second. I was like trying to remember the name of it. the tavern that they have renovated and opened up. And things were going great. They were trying to discover that they think they've got an issue with the neighbor who is kind of up in arms with them. They don't know what about, but they've had some vandalism going on. They've now got a petition that's been put together because they have been infested with rats and apparently may be in league with some were-rat, a band of were-rat rogues that are in the area. They have been visited upon a couple of times now by the local city guard detachment and the inspectors based on the complaint and what's been going on in the building and just kind of general run-in after actually what the last one was y'all went to one of the notice boards and found some gems that actually had been spelled for a tracking device, and this group was trying to discover a ring of jewel thieves, and y'all took the bait apparently. Someone had there was probably an informant in the group, and y'all may know who it was because y'all killed him. So
We didn't.
he threw a fireball at them too. So they've had so anyway, they got a couple of stuff went down. They've been exploded on a couple of times, and then as they were doing business and having just getting things. Niblet, would you shut up, dog? Things were looking up. They all were in the middle of, I guess it was, what did we say? It was morning time? Can't remember what time. I think so, because, we'll say it was sometime late morning or whatever, but we kind of get the day going and all that, and all of a sudden the building was just kind of rocked by explosion and heat, fire. The windows rattled. You heard screaming and a huge explosion outside, and then thick smoke just kind of billowed everywhere and filled up your rooms, and it's everywhere. And it seemed to be right outside on the main thoroughfare of the manor. And I'm going to give you all the map because this is what we are using for the moment, and believe that it would have, from what you think is going to be right, kaboomy. And so, with that being said, we pick up the action as y'all are inside, picking yourself off the floor, maybe putting yourself out. There's more chaos around y'all. Go figure. And I'm trying to get to where the hell is my Zentarm? That's not it. Fireball. There it is. Yay! Fireball. Boom. There it goes.
It sounded more like a death charge.
Okay. So,
Okay.
what are we doing?
That's a good question.
Is this where we're intending to be doing things? Should we have our little characters on the board here?
Just right now, it's you can just kind of tell me what's going on. This is kind of theater of the mind, RPing it out. Basically we left it at that the explosion went off. I showed y'all a picture, which I can bring back up here if need be, but just kind of like the intro
help
to
the people
the
that
chapter.
are burning right now.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. So that's, like I said, y'all were picking yourself up off the floor, and we pick up there. What are we doing?
You go first.
I'm gonna go take a peek outside.
Yeah, I'll follow from
I
the
thought we
kitchen.
were already all outside, yeah.
I think
Let's go
Osric
out.
is tending to wounded inside the building. if we had customers and they're wounded,
I-
I heard you say that there were
You
people
pick
laying
it-
on the ground and stuff.
Yeah, everybody kind of got knocked down, brocked by it all. But, because, I'll just say that most of the blast was outside enough. I mean, you do know there's some damage and stuff probably outside and the heat came in, but you may be on fire outside. There's still smoke everywhere. But as far as anything really internally, other maybe than we set you on fire for a brief moment, everything inside's okay. There's no injuries as far as internal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Ozric's gonna hide inside the building, and he's looking outside, but he's gonna hide, so you can't easily be seen by whoever's throwing those things.
This woke me up for my nap, so I get up and go downstairs.
Yeah. And so, and Leonel will join y'all as y'all make your way. Yeah, you'll come out the front, and then whoa, bring that down a little bit. That's awful loud. And walk outside. And you're not the only one. People are coming out of the doors, looking out the windows. You hear a lot of screaming, crying. Like I said, smoke is moving through the areas. There is this, light wind because it's becoming springtime now in the city. And a storm is a brewing. It maybe feels like, other than smoke, there might have been some rain, smell of rain in the air. The fireball, set things off, but it's kind of dying down with fireballs. Apparently, I guess they explode and set everything on fire, but they don't last because it's telling me that it didn't set any of the buildings ablaze. But I'm going to counter that and say that there's people working on stuff in the center, maybe some carts, and there are people on fire. Let's just put it that way. And y'all, you move outside, and yes, there are bodies laying on the street. You see some people helping others get up off the ground, but there are definitely deaths in the street. That you can tell.
Does it appear that they were targeted on our building with the blast? Does it look like someone threw another magical fireball, or was it maybe a blast in a cart? Is there some
Don't tell me what you're looking for. No. So, you look at, and what you only really can see is that you do have, yes, there are multiple bodies on the ground. There are a few carts, vendor carts that are, flipped over, some, a couple of produce carts, things like that. But from the blast, it looks like it was, it was close to the building. There's no doubt about that. Just from a scorch, you're seeing kind of the scorch marks on the side of the building and all that. There's more prevalent on the side of your building than it is across the street.
Is there any shady suspects?
Well, you've got a mayhem of people everywhere.
Okay. Well,
That's too general a question there, my friend.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think Osric hops out of the building and starts tending the wounded. Everyone needs to get off the straight. Get off the straight. And just kind of waving his arms, trying getting people away from the scene of the chaos.
Lionel's doing the same thing. Yeah, he's grabbing people and yelling out, search, figure out what's happening here. That you probably you've got a few minutes based on that kind of destruction before there's no city guard around, so you do know they're on their way. There's no doubt about it.
Maybe we should start helping people.
Yeah.
Get out of the fire. Or...
You see Osric trying to pull somebody, and he's just failing miserably because he's so small. He's trying to drag someone over to a side of the wall.
Yeah, you take first respond and start taking.
There's a couple of seconds and all that. That's kind of been already happening. Those who are surviving are basically picking up. There are some more wounded than others, and they're all kind of beginning to pull away to the street corners and to the sidewalks and all that. But that's fairly. Taken. The carts have been, if the fire's been put out, and you're looking, and you're probably kind of scanning the street and all, and you've probably got about 11 bodies laying on the ground.
Can I make an Arcana check on the scorch marks to see if I can detect whether maybe they were caused by a magical fireball, or rather than a device that would leave chemical marks.
Sure can.
All right.
It definitely was some type of. There wasn't a device. It wasn't like a cart or anything like that. Something definitely.
Guys, this was another one of those magical fireballs that seem to love us so much. This might not even be over. We need to watch the street. If Lionel can get up high and watch around.
He hears that, and you basically see him backing through looking, kind of seeing you guys. He'll yell out to you to check around, stay down low. He's going high.
Osric is going to hide on one of the corners, away from the building itself. He's gonna try to give himself some distance away from the pub. So
okay.
like maybe the cross corner.
Here, I will go ahead and just so we play out, even though,
We're all 20-foot tall monsters now.
Yeah.
Well, me, I'm only 15 foot tall monster.
Yeah.
Is there a sewer entrance anywhere?
Okay. So there you go. Lionel's going in and going up.
Okay.
What about you other three baboons?
He's gonna hide on this corner here.
And hiding and doing what?
He's watching the streets, just looking for anyone who isn't running away and is like watching us, perhaps.
You got people sitting all around there that are laying, people screaming for someone get a doctor. You got some getting. There's looks like a couple of vendors are pulling their carts up, and they're going to start putting in those that are injured to get them down to a temple or somewhere, to start getting some healing. A couple of city guard, you can kind of hear there's a couple coming down the street, slowly making their way, weapons drawn, trying to see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
I'll start helping the vendors who are putting the people in the carts.
Yeah, I think
I'll start healing people
Okay.
where I can.
Yep, that's you can start doing that. Anything else? Okay, so we're healing.
sewer
That's
entrances.
what we can do at the moment.
You don't see anything around the area. Nope.
Okay.
Most of them are in the back alleyways. There are a few on the streets and all that, but in your area right here, y'all are clear in the front area. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'll assist Gray actually, getting people in the wagons and.
Okay, that's y'all. Yeah. Okay, so that's happening, and loading some up. Couple of city guard that are kind of the first ones to the scene are seeing this, and they are going to attach themselves to the cart and say, "We will, we'll get this. They're going to kind of, they're beginning taking some names down on it, but they're going to accompany the carts to, the hospital, the doctor, the temp somewhere to get some healing."
Okay.
Alrighty.
There's some kind of terrorist on the loose. What?
Unabomber.
It's the damn Unabomber all over again. I bet it's Kent. Son of a bitch. He came back.
He wasn't really dead.
That's what I was afraid of, boys. We gotta finish the job.
Uh-oh.
Can Osric look? Well, shit. I mean, it'll be impossible to find tracks. It's a city.
Well, everybody's walking out of there too.
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure how in the world we could track down whoever did it right now.
What else have
We
we
can
got?
ask if there's anyone who's not injured. We can start asking around. It's like, hey, did you see what happened? You guys are on the outside. We can start polling people, trying to figure out if they saw anyone throw something and run away, or a display of
Or say
arcane
anything,
power.
Or chant anything.
Yeah. So we'll start canvassing.
Canvassing those who saw things going on. Okay. You have a couple of, there were some people that were talking about they were just they're walking along the street here. And there was an, let's see. You actually, Osprey, y'all are doing that. A couple of street kids, were, they're kind of sitting off to the side watching all that, and they're pointing at things, and they, they said, well, we saw somebody running across the street toward the building when it blew up. This small man was running through a street, and it looked like somebody was chasing him.
Oh, which building was he running from, boy?
They will tell you that they were playing hide and seek, and this little man came running around the corner, running this way, and then right after that, these two bigger cloak guys came running behind him.
And did they wave their arms and use some kind of magic, make a blast?
No, they're the ones that are in the middle of the street, and he's pointing to some dead bodies.
Oh.
All right. So just to clarify, a little person came running around a corner, and then two big cloaked hooded guys came running around a corner after him.
Yeah, those guys, they're right there in the street. Can't you see them?
Okay.
They're pointing to the dead bodies.
Got it. And do you know where the little one is?
He's right there. He's blown up.
Okay, so all three of them that they're talking about.
Yeah, I got to take a hammer and hit these guys sometimes upside the head, folks. It's just the way.
Well, you haven't put any bodies on the map, so.
Fair enough.
Guys, we need to check them. Osric will run over to the two cloaked ones.
Yeah, so you begin to. There we go. We're going to make investigators out of them sooner or later here, folks. And yeah, so y'all go check the bodies. And you're going to find multiple things here. Really weird. You've got, there's definitely several humans. An elderly female. It's just, everyday get up, scorched dead. And there comes a cart. Here comes a cart in a minute here. It's pulling up, and they're talking about, it looks like they're going to, piling in some of the dead here. You see one of there is a gnome. He's got a burned cloak. He definitely was in the very proximity to the blast based on, Merchant, no. And he's got a dagger in his hand, clutching it. He died with it in his hand. The cloaked figures you see are wearing black outfits and leather armor and long swords next to, on their bodies. The rest of the people you see, it looks like a couple of female humans and a half-elf male, plain clothes. Well, they look like they're kind of servants, and that are dead, and they've got a couple of baskets next to them with some fresh produce and stuff like in it. It looks like it was blown up. And then there's a couple of female halflings, and some male halflings. Osric can kind of catch your attention, and then one has a flute in her hand. And the little ones will tell you that they were playing in the middle of the street, singing and dancing when it went off.
Guys, this gnome and then these two black cloaked gentlemen, they're quite suspicious. They came running in, and that's when the blast happened. We don't know if they caused the blast or not, but if someone was chasing this gnome, who knows? Maybe he seems like he might have been running toward the pub. Maybe he was trying to deliver some information or something to us, maybe, and he got stopped beforehand.
Is the dagger silvered?
No.
Okay.
That you can
If any of
tell.
them have like tattoos on them, or
Are you checking?
Yes. Especially the two cloaked ones.
The cloaked men will actually have a snake tattoo. Each one of them have it on their arm. This black-winged snake.
black-winged snake.
Zentarum.
Yep.
The gnome does not. Y'all can make me perception checks. also.
Yeah, sure.
And y'all begin to hear a large contingent of city guard and all that coming from the east. And you can kind of look over your shoulder, and there is a massive amount of city guard marching down the street. You only have a few more seconds to figure that out. So you discover definitely that the black network tattoos are on the individuals. There's also the gnome. You're looking over him, and he's got a pouch with some gemstones in his possession, and his boots and kind of the bottom of his cloak smell of waste, maybe sewage.
Oh,
Interesting.
oh God.
Oh.
Osric will snatch the bag of gems.
Slide a hand check, please.
I'm going to do this with an inspiration.
Okay.
Probably wise.
Okay. You've got a pouch.
All right, and then he's going to leave the area.
Okay. Yep. You're doing that and looking. Any other questions?
Nope.
No.
No,
Okay.
for the tall boys.
Okay. Yeah, we're watching, and then several things happen. City guard begin to come next. So they come down the streetwise, eastwise from the street, and they begin to cordon off the area. You're seeing multiple groups of them, 6 probably in each group, that position themselves at every open spot, even right in front of your alley into the backside and down the street and up streets in between buildings. I mean, they're everywhere. And then another group comes in there with another wagon, and you hear a familiar voice yell out, "Stop them from moving everything!" And you look, and you see Sergeant Cromley and Protector Barnabas Blastwind once again coming down the street. Oh my gosh, are you serious? We got a storm moving in, and so it's like, really? And so now I'm going to get call after call until I answer this damn thing from the weather warning. Yeah, it's a nice little blast getting ready to hit us. And so these guys, here they come again, and let me reply to this. Yes, I'm replying. Thank you. And also don't get called. It won't just stop calling me now. They proceed to watch, and not long before they get there, and they look, and they're pointing to the bodies, and you see Saith, he is, Sergeant Cromley's writing notes, and Barnabas is looking, and he looks over to a couple of the veteran constables in the group, and he says, begin to question everybody and knock on doors. I want to know more about what's happening here. And then he turns and looks, and he stops for a second, and he looks at y'all's building, and he sees y'all there, and he's like going, I should have known. Y'all again. Why is it that y'all always seem to be at the heart of troubles in this area?
I don't know. It seems like people have it out
Bad
for
neighborhood.
Well, the pub is getting more popular, I think. So what the
Carvings,
bad
you got
comes
this
with the good.
fire.
That too.
Seems like they don't like us.
And so Barnabas said, he says, he basically tells the guard, he says, he looks at the sergeant and the city guards, and he motions to y'all, and basically the city guard begin to move down the alleyway a little bit and all that, but you can tell that they're basically watching y'all, wanting to make sure they know where y'all at. And he says, he goes, get everybody's list of names. And Barnabas and Saith, they begin to canvass and are looking around, and they circle around the body several times, and they're pointing, and they whisper at each other, and then they look around, they look down on the streets, and then they begin to look up high, up on the rooftops, and you see Barnabas, he strokes his beard and Yeah, I think that was probably, and he whispers over to Sergeant Cromley a few times, and he says, "Yeah, I think so. This is what was by looking at the direction and paths and all that." And he's, watching, taking some measurements. He's got a little eyepiece, and he licks his finger, and he, checks wind speeds, and he's kind of looking, up, and he looks up a couple of times up toward the rooftop, and then he motions, I think that's probably all we'll do with the bodies here. He gets one of another captain. He says, "Load these up and get them to the station in the North Ward, and we'll put them in the cellar for the moment until we can get some priests to come in, and we possibly might have to do a little bit more investigation on these bodies, and it might have to, unfortunately." Might have to have them speak from the other side to give us a better understanding of what was happening here.
Osric's eyes go wide, like he had no idea that could be done.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then he will come over to you, and he will put motion for everybody there, and he goes, "So it seems to, the blast was directed at your building for some reason. What was happening here? Tell me what were y'all doing here? Did y'all start a fight? Tell me what happened. What do y'all know?"
I was sleeping, and I just heard an explosion that woke me up.
Yeah, it was a perfectly normal day. We were finishing up with the breakfast. I was behind the bar when the blast happened. Our boys here, we're just doing our normal stuff here at the bar, and when the blast went off, we went and checked it out. I asked a couple of the local boys if they've seen anything strange, and Osric points over to the two dead men in black cloaks. Says, I couldn't help but go and check them out, myself for a moment. And we found some of those tattoos from the Zentarum. Honestly, I don't know too much about them. I just assumed they're trouble. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but we were having just a normal day here at the Unlucky Die Tavern.
Just always feel with y'all that there's never anything just normal with this group.
Do you see all of us? We're a pretty rowdy bunch.
What was that?
We're trying to have a normal day here. Look, it's not my fault that a fireball landed out
How
of
do you know it's a wait? How do you know it's a fireball?
Well, if you take a look at the scorch marks out there, you can see there's no chemical traces left behind. It's obviously done by magical means.
Huh.
Yeah.
And what else do you think you have discerned from this crime scene? I'd like to know just how deep you think your intellect is, young man.
Okay, well, how much time do you have? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the gnome, there was a gnome over there. I think he was being chased by the two Zentarum fellas, and someone tried to stop him using a fireball. And first off, can we just get out of the way the fact that people think fireballs are a great idea in crowded public squares? Why do the criminals around here think that using fireballs in public squares is a great idea? That is a terrible idea. I would never do that, for God's sake. Anyway, I think the gnome might have been working either with or against the jewelers, thieves. I don't know for sure yet, but I did find this with the gnome, and he pulls out the bag of gems that he found.
Okay.
And he
Rayak's
says,
gonna walk down the alley as he said that.
Yeah.
I hand
Look
it.
at that.
I'm
I
gonna
hand
go
it
back to
right.
healing people.
I hand it right to the robed guy, and I say, I found this critical evidence on the dude's body, and
Wait,
I'm giving
stop. Wait, you removed evidence and property from a dead body.
I was trying to make sure that nobody else was going to take it. If there's any
You
Zentarum,
better give me a persuasion check on that one there, Osric.
You might want to use it last inspiration.
Digging your own grave, Jeff.
I'll go ahead and use inspiration.
Oh boy. Ooh.
And that's supposed to be with advantage.
You can roll one. You can roll one more die again.
Natural 20, please.
Anyway, he hands it over to him.
Yeah, Barnabas is giving you something of an evil eye, and he says, "Don't ever touch evidence again like that. I am the inspector, young man. That could have landed you a lovely 2-month jail sentence without parole for interfering with watch investigation. I understand it may have been the right thing to do, but tampering with evidence and with the dead body of a crime is very much punishable in the law."
What was this gentleman's name?
The inspector, that's Barnabas.
Barnabas.
Barnabas
Okay,
Blastwind.
Master Blastwind, sir, I meant no harm by it. I was very concerned because the last time you and I met, you told me that you might have had perhaps someone skulking around in the ranks doing unsavory things that were hindering your case. I wanted to make sure that the evidence got into your hands.
Trust in the watch is all I need to say with this frown that is on his face, looking at you. And he looks back over and he kind of hands this bag kind of back, and Sergeant Cromley grabs it and he goes, and he looks to Cromley and he says he's partially right on some of his thoughts, but he's missed a few heavy clues that he'd taken the more time to really study the environment of what's happened here. But we'll need to find out, and he'll look over, you hear him basically kind of mutter over to Cromley, we'll need to find out who the third person was that was in this chase that's not here. Quite clearly, the gnome and the 2 pursuers never saw this blast coming, but there was a third. And you kind of see him, and he looks back over y'all, and he motions, "Grayax, you get your butt back over there."
Grayax is at the other bar.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what happened over there.
Yeah, so
the oath of the ale.
Yeah, and so he looking at this, and there you can see they go back out in the street some more, and they've cleaned up the bodies. There's definitely scorch mark is definitely on y'all's side of the building, the street, close almost to the sidewalk. But there is a divot in the street, a small round divot for where something hit, and the heavy scorch marks right in that area. So they kind of begin. It takes a while longer, and the watch conducts more business, and they go up and down the street, and they're interviewing for quite a while, and they walk the back alleyways around y'all's building and do a bunch of measurements, fun stuff like that as it would take place. And then they come back through here, and he begins to release the guards and positions them around the cart for the dead bodies, and he looks to y'all and he goes, "Yes, this is already a confounding equation of stuff. Always trust in the watch. Remember that, men." And he basically says, "Back to City Hall." And they get the cart and the bodies, and they begin to head back east from which they came.
Did they go up onto any of the rooftops?
No, they did not.
Osric wanders over towards Leonel. And like, "Hey."
Well, Leonel's not here. He's gone for the moment. Yeah, he disappeared. When it was happening, he went back up into, and that was his take, was to go. He was going up to the rooftop and moving along up there, but y'all haven't seen him at all, and that you wouldn't with everything that was going on. He wouldn't show his head at all with everything.
Here we go again. Okay. Well, guys, should we stay open for today? It's kind of a somber.
Yeah, maybe people want to drink away their sorrows.
We should
I was
close.
thinking, I don't know if it'd be good for business or not. We are called the Unlucky Die.
We should close.
Maybe we should change our name to the Unlucky Dead.
No.
Die as in dice.
But it also could
Not
mean something
death.
else too.
Well, I liked it
You're
because of the
lucky could
wordplay.
die.
Only so far, yeah. So the city watch begin. Yeah, they're moving away, and you'll see Ostrich, a couple of the street boys, are sitting around looking and pointing at things. But you'll also then there's another one that you didn't see earlier. He kind of shows up, and he's got something. He's got something in his hand. You kind of see, it catches your attention. The play of light kind of shines off something, twinkles in his hand, and he's holding it to his chest, going, "It's mine, mine."
How far away?
They're across the street.
Okay. Osric will go ahead and head outside. He'll ask,
Follow him.
Gentmar, would you mind following me for a moment? I want to ask these young lads one more question. And it looks like they might have something interesting.
Gray Axe, make me a
Okay.
perception check.
Stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're when you're watching that, and you will then begin. You'll notice basically you'll see Vincent Trench, the private eye. He is sitting out looking at stuff, and he gives you a little bit of a just a weird move of his hand and all that. Just basically, trying to get your attention without anybody noticing. Basically, he's giving you a signal. Just catching your attention. And then he kind of turns and steps back into his office.
Well,
I'm gonna follow Gray Axe.
I'm gonna go to his office.
Who do you want to handle first, DM?
You will start with the boy. So you move across to where the halfling kids are playing and all that.
And Osric will go ahead and point out to Genmar as we're walking, like, you see, he's playing with something. And he wasn't there during the questioning. I think he might have maybe found something.
Yeah, and he's backing away, but you can also tell he's got something. But he's definitely been crying. He's with the dirt on his face. He's got these streak marks running down his face.
Okay. And where is Little Leaf in all this?
Well, he probably would have rushed outside with y'all. What do you want him to do?
No,
back
nothing
to
in
the bar.
particular. Just trying to figure out where he's at.
Well, we had taken into account right now. So, you're his
Okay, no
keeper.
problem.
Yeah, you or Abdul are his keeper. So, because Abdul has a way with the little ones, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh, he
Just
didn't take the bait. I'll be damned.
I said, yeah,
So,
No,
yes.
damn kid.
So, yeah, y'all move across the street, and yeah, that sounded wrong. I know. Yeah, with the Abdul, it's well. So the kid, he kind of backing away. Nothing. I'm getting harassed in chat. So yeah, so you basically are backing up, and a couple of kids run away, and he's kind of staring up, and he backs up into a corner, not paying attention that he just kind of backed up into a little column for a wall and hasn't got anywhere to run real quick as you're walking toward him.
It's all right. Hey, buddy, it's all right. Hey, are you hurt? Is everything okay? What did you see? What did you see?
What do you mean? What did I see? I watched my friend die, and he was pointing where the little halfling children are. We were just playing in the street, and I just kind of I was running it back this way, thinking they were chasing me, and then this explosion, and it threw me back behind the barrel over here.
Aye.
And it was loud, and it hurt, and it was really hot, and I was sitting here, and then all of a sudden I heard this bloop right here in the thing, and something fell in the water in the barrel.
What fell into water?
And I reached in and I pull this out, and he pulls out this.
A fireball!
They're gonna love it. They're gonna love
it's gonna have more beads. Oh god.
It's gonna be another fucking fireball.
It's gonna be more beads.
I'm just gonna roll my d6 here.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna hand this out to you, but it is only has 2 left on it. There are only 2 beads on it, and the clasp of the necklace is broke.
Osric says, "Yeah, lad, could you do me a favor and just very carefully put that down on the ground?"
No, it's
okay?
mine. I want to play with it. It is pretty. And he think he's getting ready to start swinging it around. You know.
So, all right. So at this point, Osric is going to he's going to do something new. Osric is going to cast a spell.
I dive into cover.
Exactly. And you see a bead detach right as it heads right toward Osric.
Osric is going to cast a spell called Fireball. No, I'm kidding. Osric's going to cast a spell called Mage Hand. And he's going to do it invisibly.
Just slap him with your mage hand.
And he's going to attempt to snatch this item out of the young lad's hand with the Mage Hand.
Oh,
I have an
really?
ability called Mage Hand Ledger Domain, which allows me to remove objects from other people with my Mage Hand.
Certainly. So it's a tug of war.
Why didn't you just grab it really fast, like snatch it out of his hand with your little grabby fingers?
Well, the key word is little.
So
He's
yeah,
not exactly big.
He's a
either.
child. He's like the same size. It's a fair fight.
he's got a
I
hold
don't
of
like the
this.
way you said that.
He's got a death grip on this necklace. He's holding on to it. He's going, "This is
Will it look
mine.
bad
I
in
want to
public
play
if
with
you
it. It's
knock out a
pretty.
child?
It's pretty."
I swear, Osric, if you explode me, I'm going to be so angry. Assuming I live.
We'll work
Yes.
on that later.
He has cast the mage hand, apparently.
All right, so
Invisible.
I'll attempt a sleight of hand check to take the item.
So a sleight of hand would be it unnoticed, but the kid's got it in his hand, right at his chest.
Well, the mage hand is not able to forcibly yank stuff.
Yeah.
It would be like taking it unnoticed. So
Yeah, well,
if he's got a death grip on it. Then
Yeah,
that
he's
mage
got
hand
it in
won't
front
work.
of him. He's got it in front of his chest, holding on to it. Because a couple other boys tried to take it from him, and then y'all are up on him, and he's scared, and he's got it in his hand. But it's still a nice little chain there on it, so that's caught the glint. But you were smart enough to know that you don't have a chance. Honestly. I'll just you have a chance of actually detaching the beads, yanking that off of them than anything else. But if you want to take that chance, I am willing to play game with you.
Do not pull the pin
I
on the
was
hand
serious
grenade.
when I said I dove for cover.
All right. And so instead, Osric will cast a different spell. He's gonna hold his hand out, and he's gonna say, Maybe we can trade. Maybe we can make a trade. Let me show you something that I've got. It's very interesting." And Osric will hold his hand out and cast Prestidigitation, and he's going to create a shiny globe, like a something like a size of an 8-ball, and inside of it will be it'll basically be like a snowball. One of those globes, the snow globes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and inside of it will be like a picture of a cat or something. Then it continues to change its shape. And this object will last for a short period of time, or about an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with it? So it just shows up in the middle of the air?
It shows up in my hand, and
Okay.
I'm holding it. So
Okay.
I'm inching closer to the kid, and I'm saying, maybe we can, I'll let you hold my, my trinket, and perhaps I can hang on to your trinket for a minute, and we can just, check them out and see what they do.
He's got away with kids, folks. He's got away with kids.
That also does not come out right.
I know, that's why I'm saying it.
Look,
Come sit under the ostrich lap.
Hang on to yours.
I have a
I know
special
you want to
toy
say it.
for you. Oh boy, we just broke the terms of Twitch terms of service.
Rated
Wonderful.
immature.
Yeah.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Pretty much, that's what you just said to him. So, my little thing for your little thing. Way to go. Way to go, Osric.
This is
So,
why you're not allowed to be near Little Leaf.
That is not the reason.
you can make me a persuasion check in the tower, please.
All right.
And so folks, he's used both his inspirations already. So the boy doesn't even, he just goes, "That's stupid looking."
We can give him an inspiration from.
I step in. You're right. It is stupid.
Here's what he rolled.
Is that a 1?
Yeah.
Oh, is that inspiration?
So
Oh no! Wait, hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Oscar's getting the inspiration. Okay, so
Oh,
Bashman, yeah, two Kings game. We got to mention that. So they have a Kickstarter, folks. So oops, I put that in Discord chat. I mean, I need to put it here. There we go. Anyway, so yes, Osric, you basically have been given inspiration on a horrible roll.
So I have a couple things to say. Number one, thank you so much for the inspiration. God knows I need it every day. However, also as a halfling, I have a very special ability as a halfling that allows me to re-roll any one that I get on a d20. So I have to take the new roll. So I'm gonna roll my persuasion check again since I got a 1.
Okay.
And we'll see how this one goes. That's totally so much better.
Yeah, he still goes, "That's just stupid looking. This is
I have
prettier."
A +0. Yeah, yours is very pretty. Again, Mara, a little help here, if you don't mind.
Hey, kid, I'll trade you some gold coins.
How many? I want 1,000 billion gold coins.
I rub my chin. I'll give you 4.
Show me.
I would hold out 4 gold coins in my hand.
That doesn't look like 4. That only looks like 1, 2, 9, 3. That looks like only 3.
Okay. I'll put another. Wait. I'll put another one to make it. I'll put another one to make it an odd 5.
He grabs it and he puts the necklace in your hand, and he just.
I'm doing business with you, young man.
Yeah, he turns around and he just like runs off.
All right.
So money, huh?
Bombs
That
disabled.
simple.
A halfling couldn't persuade another little halfling. We're just having some fun with Osric. It's pick on Osric night, is it?
Because you showed up late.
Oh, that's right. All right. So you have this. Yes, you have this necklace in your hand now. But you still have your inspiration, Osric, from Bashman. You want it back now, Jeff? You want an inspiration back? No, you have one off. No, he's teasing. I know Jeff's teasing. So, okay. So y'all, while that's going on, then Grey Axe and Abdul make their way down to the Tiger's Eye, and y'all move inside. And he's like watching and all that, and he says, "I'm trying, and understanding what's going on. It's always best to not be in the limelight of things." And he goes, "It was very interesting. Normally, I'm not going to say who in all this was, but a client had hired me. She was stepping out of the shop here, having just concluded business with me, and she says that she basically saw what looked like, she says it looked like a puppet without strings running along the rooftop along y'all's building." And he kind of points up over to the rooftop over here. And she was quite certain that she says that was not a man. There's no way that was a man. It hurled something from the top of the roof over there that caused that explosion. And she was a little bit of grief. I just sent her on her way because she watched the halfling children just get burned and blown up alive as they were nothing, There was nothing that they were doing to anybody, bothering anybody. But I calmed her down, and not sure what to make of it, if they truly were targeting your building or truly was something, in the crowd, because he's not heard, about the discussions with Barnabas and all that y'all heard in the street and all that. He was just kind of watching and all that. But she said to Vincent that was definitely, it was a lanky looking, it was a puppet without strings is the best way she described what it was, running along the rooftops. I thought y'all might want to know, because I believe I did see Lionel ever so briefly making his way along the rooftops up there.
Maybe he
That
started
he
chasing
was.
it.
Mm-hmm. Well, continue on,
thank
and he will say, he'll say, y'all stay this course there. I'm keeping an eye on your friend Emmett back there. I believe he's hiding, doesn't take a smart man to figure out what he's definitely hiding something and a cause of what's going on around it. I'm sure of it. What it is, I haven't been able to discern yet. Something is here in this area that is eluding me, and that is, I will tell you, very difficult to do. I will get to the bottom of this shortly, but keep your eyes out front, but also keep one to the back, in your back alleyway.
Do you know about the new were-rat carving or whatever that happened last night? Because me and Lionel saw it. Or we chased somebody and then...
He did not. And he will, so yes, he will then, you will give him the description of where it was and all, and he will say, I will get on it right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he bids you adieu.
All right. Well,
As we step back out, I'm gonna ask Abdo what we're rat carving.
when me and Lionel were on watch last night, we chased... Well, yeah, we couldn't really talk about this because something eventful happened.
Yeah, y'all don't, the rest of the group has no idea. That's right.
We chased somebody, and we don't know who it was. We couldn't find them, but when we came to the end of our chase, there was a new, freshly carved... Was it like a symbol, or what was it?
It was a face of a were-rat carved into the wood.
Yeah, face of a were-rat carved in.
Which, raised up the hackles on Lionel for sure, because he's got an affinity for were-rats,
we can go look over there real quick. I'm sure I could lead you there.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all can go do that while Ostrich is over there tormenting the poor halflings.
I think Ostrich wants to head upstairs, up onto the roof. He said that the item was dropped, and he noticed the investigators looking up every now and then at the rooftops. Looks again, Murray's like, we might want to put that thing away for now, and you want to follow me upstairs to up this building here.
Well, it's a shop.
Take a look around.
The shop owner.
Well, actually, I'd like to take this to the investigators so that we don't get in any more trouble.
Yeah.
Well, y'all will come down, and y'all will. Lionel will soon join. It will catch eye of him, and he's motioning. Abdul, y'all and Grey Axe will go down the alleyway while that's happening, and Lionel is y'all will catch him inside the tavern. And
He's in the tavern?
yeah, he's back down there watching and all that, and he will motion for y'all as y'all are kind of making your way back. He said, "Find the others, and get them here. There's more going on here, and his discovery and what he found
on our
out."
way there, do we see Osric and Genmare walking down the street?
They're back. Yeah, they're in the street dealing with the kids, and then they're basically looking up. They're looking up at the rooftop and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, just who I was looking for. Osric, Genmare, Lionel's back, and he wants to tell us something?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're on our way. We were thinking about maybe looking up on the rooftop later.
That's a smart idea. We heard about... we'll just talk about this somewhere else.
We found
Not in the middle
something.
of the street.
We found something that we think you're gonna love.
Yeah.
If only we could keep it.
That's right.
Ozzer heads inside the tavern. There it is. Home, sweet home.
Yep. And so
A little worse for wear now.
Home sweet fireplace because it's so
Home,
damn
sweet
hot in here.
fireball.
yep. So nobody's around yet. So so people are still walking around, and there's plenty of bystander and lurkers, but you really don't have anybody coming in at the moment. Y'all have had a good clientele, mainly been a good bit of the watch.
We're close right now, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, it's up to y'all, but most of them are busy working right now, apparently, because there was of this incident. And so Lionel will kind of get everybody to motion to come over to the table, and he will, review. When he will say, let me. He said before. I want to make sure what I'm saying, what I have seen and understanding. He wants to know what happened, what's been discussed, what's been discovered so far. What did the sergeant and the mage protector have to say?
Well, they didn't really say too much. They said what they did say was that they were going to be trying to speak with them from beyond the grave, which I find utterly fascinating. Again, Mar, in your holy travels, have you met people, or have you ever been able to do something like that? Speaking to someone from death.
What? We talk to Big Leaf all the time.
That's
Don't
not what
we?
I'm talking about. I'm talking about like someone who just died. Like the fellas outside. We could have talked to Big Leaf because Big Leaf kind of, one way or the other, ended up sticking around.
So...
All right. Well, yeah, I'm sure you could.
That's pretty much all they said.
Well,
I found a pouch of jewels on the gnome, and I had a suspicion that perhaps he was working with working either with or against the jeweler's thieves that they've been working with. We have some run-ins with them as well.
Lionel will go, you would be wrong, little one.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, he was, my understanding, what I'm discerning, he was running from the cloaked ones. He says, I happened to just make my way over to Fala's place first, and y'all have known that Lionel's kind of had an interest in Fala, who's got the greenhouse behind y'all, and I just in his kind of a sheepish way, he kind of wanted to make sure that Fala was okay, because I noticed that several of her windows were blasted out, were broken. And I went to see her. I'm trying to do my best impression of him, but I'm not any good at it at all. Sorry, Lionel. I'm just going to stop in my tracks. So she let me know that she was watering her plants up on the second floor when the blast blew out the windows and dropped her, onto the floor. And luckily she wasn't injured at all. But she, Fala says that noticed a cloaked, there was a third man, cloaked, chasing with two others, and he pulled something from the dead gnome's body, but was limping away. Clearly had been badly burned, and was looking over his shoulders multiple times, and he headed, it looks like he crossed over the street and headed toward the bent nail when Fala lost view of him.
Oh.
And the bent nail, is that the other bar?
No, the bent nail is the woodworker who is in your map. And so, bent nail is 3.
Yeah.
We never went to go visit there, did we?
No, but he just says he headed that way, that the man crossed the street and headed down toward the bent nail. In that general direction. All right, and so he fled that way. Lionel will say he fled that way, and did not see, checked around and went inside and all that. And Bentnell's owner, I forgot his name off the top of my head. He is Tally. Is not even basically Tally's not even at the shop today. He was at his guild doing work. Shop was actually closed. And he checked around and doesn't like anybody broke or entered the property. So he's looked around and he doesn't see any signs. And unfortunately there's no way to track, tracks and all that because there's just too much going on in the street and all that. But wherever the man is in this area, we're going to need to spend some more time over on this side of the alley to figure out where possibly this man went. And then noticing, he kind of watched, pointing around in interest from the inspector. So he went and checked out the rooftops over there too, as fast as he could. And there something was, he did point up to the rooftop that y'all were interested in, and there was something had moved to the area, it looked like recently, because there were several things knocked over and broken. He could see a track. Something fell down up there and then moved on and ran away from that. From up on that top of that roof. Can't tell what or where they went, but he could see there was tracks up there that seemed fairly fresh, humanoid type tracks.
Well, me and Grayax heard that was a puppet.
Puppet-like
puppet?
figure.
A puppet-like humanoid figure.
Wonder
Definitely wasn't a man from what we've heard.
what the hell does that mean? Yeah, so that none of y'all like listen to that going, what the hell? What else? And wait, and then he kind of stops and he looks to you, Ostrich, and he said, "What did you say something about their dead bodies? What were they gonna do?"
They were gonna apparently use some kind of holy power to try and speak with the dead bodies of the people who were killed. Now, it'd be really wonderful if we could maybe take advantage of some of that, because
Why can't
two
we?
of them. Well,
He looks to you, Ginmare. You're a cleric.
We gotta get there.
You're a cleric.
Anyways,
Why can't somebody of your temple be petitioned to go speak with the dead? You were involved with that. Would they not have some influence?
Maybe.
Maybe we can go back down to the South Ward and we can go and talk to what was it called? Tyr? Was it Tyr?
Or who now?
Who we talk? Who?
Thanks,
There's another-
Tara.
Oh,
Thanks for the tip.
Helm.
Helm.
Yeah, we went down to where we got the new boys for the Jewelers Guild.
That's
We
right.
went to the Church of Helm, and we're basically on better terms with them than we are with the Church of Torm.
Oh, yeah.
No
Okay.
offense, Genmare.
True.
I mean, if Genmare takes the whip, then maybe we can get back on better terms.
No, I don't like that idea. Can we not? Yeah, I don't want to deal with the whipping today.
Oh, not
There's a
you.
lot going on.
Just
Yeah,
Ginmare.
just let him
You
go.
weren't the one getting whipped.
I don't think any of us should be whipped. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you don't know
Who likes that?
That's the Tormish way.
I mean, if that's what you want.
you hear crickets. It's coming from Ginmare.
He just like sips his drink at the bar. Like,
Ginmare's giving everybody the evil eye right now. We know that. So, but
Two
I mean,
of
if
those
you were a
guys had.
dragon,
Can I say something real quick? I think that the Zentarium and the Xanatars are maybe they're having some kind of war.
Conflict. Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
we
you're
know that.
aware of that.
You know
Yeah,
that's
we are.
seriously
Yeah.
happening. Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
That must be a holdover from when I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
well,
you, through the character timeline and what's been happening, this war has been raging on for a while into the streets. Now, Osric, and you know this, and it's a couple of clues and things y'all have, and y'all keep running into it. The city guard have always been on watch. They've talked about it some in the bar now that this continue on. Y'all had an encounter with them when you found Neverwinter's son. That some Tarm and Xanathars had a battle in the warehouse where y'all rescued him. Which then sent y'all down to the sewer area, which was new for you. We weren't there yet. In the sewer area where you actually found Floon being tortured by some members of Xanathar and who had taken him from the Zentarum. And that's where the Abdul, well, not Abdul, but I think it was actually you. You weren't there, but with Lionel when he got killed by the were-rat. That's been an ongoing thing with him because the guy took him out.
The mind flare, wasn't it? The other end?
There's a mind. So they end up finding where Flume was being handled. He was being manhandled by an orcish looking man, and there were some other rogue types. And when they were entering the room or chatting and all that. There was a mind flayer that was kind of watching this stuff, and he basically. When the group moved in, he backed y'all. Remember, there was a little
altercation.
Altar. Well, but there was a little, kind of like not an altar, but a standing stone that was off to the side. And then he cast something, and a portal opened up, and he jumped through it, and left y'all when y'all began the attack. And he left his little pet mind flayer there. Not his mind flayer, but his brain deal, what they're thinking.
The one that wanted to take over Grayak?
Yeah, it was gonna enter his brain and suck it up and, basically make Grayak smarter. Yeah.
I've been wondering, who's to say that actually didn't happen?
So
we stopped it right before it happened.
Could be. But anyway, so you've known that and there's been posts all over the city on the watch boards and on polls and all that of the rules of the city and more crimes now. They're less and less going to be lenient on. You were lucky, very lucky, not to take that bag of coins because they're even for just looking and thinking about it, they jail you right now because of all the damage that's been happening and the deaths that have been going on between the two guilds.
Okay.
So anyway,
I did not realize that it was common knowledge. That they were fighting.
We learned that the very beginning when we went into the yawning portal or whatever it was.
All right.
We held it against you, still would have gone to jail, but you got lucky on your rolls. So there you go. Y'all would have had to go bail him out.
Well, except for the 1 and 6.
Yeah, there you go.
That was for the kid.
So anyway, but you have an option to chat with the clerics in the Temple of Helm. Looking at Ginmare, someone that's a possibility. Because I think, Osric, Lionel or y'all, there's still not enough. We still need to know we need more clues. We need more answers to determine what was going on here. Because, if that gnome was headed toward us, why?
So that gnome, when I was checking out his body, he on his boots he had the muck of the sewers.
Okay.
Been suspicious about that.
Yeah.
So y'all know y'all been down into them some, and you wouldn't remember that, Oscar, but there is some down. It was in the South Ward, the Dock Wards area, actually, a ratty ass bar, and the y'all remember there's also the shop that had the dead beholder sitting in it, and the bar right across the street from it where y'all went in, and there was where Floon had been gambling, and then from there the Zentarum had basically ambushed them in the street. And took them to the warehouse, but then they got transported. The other group went into the sewers. So,
well, guys, whatever decision we make, we got to make it today because we got to keep the bar up and operational now.
Me and Leo. Sorry, we didn't share this information. Our morning's been quite. It's morning, right? Or when this all happened?
Well, now it's late afternoon. This has been a full day dealing with this. Mm-hmm.
Our day's been very eventful. We chased something last night, and we couldn't make out who it was. We didn't stop them or find them. but when our chase came to an end, there was a carving of the were-rat's face on a building, and I was wondering maybe they went underground and kind of ran
Yeah.
away from us. I don't know.
I've been kind of thinking about going back. I've been kind of thinking about going back down to where we found out we're at and just, ask him at least. I don't want to, murder him or whatever. I just want to make sure that he's not messing with us, or if maybe he knows someone who is. And more
He's not the talkative type.
He's more sticky with his rapier type.
He put Lionel down.
Well, from what you guys were saying, he told you to get out. He didn't
Yes.
necessarily attack you guys first.
That's right. That's
No,
true.
he gave us a chance to leave, and smart boys over here attacked him.
Maybe we can parlay with him. I don't know. Maybe we can bring him a gift or something and try to change his mind a bit.
Silver?
No, I was I was actually thinking cheese, because he's a rat.
Well.
Is that racist? I'm sorry.
We still need clues for what happened here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you guys want to go and check out the woodcutter's place? It's right around the corner.
It's a smart decision.
It's right around the corner, and we haven't been there yet, so
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and knock that out before it gets too dark. Are you guys up for it?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I suppose so.
Y'all can head back over there, certainly, into the alleyway.
As we're walking there, I'm gonna look out for like sewage entrance or sewer entrances.
Yeah, I think
Y'all
Osric
finally
wants
paying
to-
attention to there actually is one.
Yeah, I think Osric wants to start finding all of them in the area.
I think we should go down the one closest to our home.
That would be great, and bar it off, like seal it up.
Or, defeat the evil inside.
Yeah.
Guys, there's like a maze underneath our feet.
The whole city's covered. Yeah, I mean, this is just a couple of manhole covers that y'all know are there.
It could be a long night.
So when me and Lionel did the chase, it was around at number 4 where we stopped, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh. There's a manhole cover there,
Yeah.
but it wasn't disturbed.
Okay.
And the noise went through the fence line when y'all were.
Cat ran out, didn't it?
Yeah, cat, but it had gone back in that back way through all that. But there is a manhole cover out that street area, and there's actually going to be one. We'll put one. So, y'all can make me some investigation checks, please, in the tower.
All right.
As y'all are around there looking around the bent nail in the area. Okay. I need one more from if you other Abdul, or if y'all don't want to roll one, let me give one
Well,
to
did mine
Lionel.
go through or no?
I see Grey Axe and Osric so far.
Oh, okay. Oh, whoops, that was on the board for some reason.
Yeah, I gave
Would you
Lionel
like me to
his.
roll one as well?
It's all of y'all. If y'all are out there
Yeah.
searching, sure. No, I want to give you all the chance to find it.
Yeah, sure.
Did I just a moment, looking back at the Twitch chat, it looks like somebody donated another inspiration.
No, I just got a
There
tip.
was a healing pot.
Was there?
Yeah, the $5 thing was a healing pot.
Oh, I
I'm pretty
missed
sure.
that. That was from Idiot Air. Idiot Air. I can't. I know I'm going to say that wrong. It was Idiot Air is what I want. So,
I need 10 terror.
Idiot. So for the healing potion or lesser restoration. Oh, okay. He may need the healing potion. Okay, so you got everybody's picking on. We were picking on him. I totally missed that. I saw the tip, but I forget. So sometimes I got to remember what I've got going on with the chat. So yeah, you got an extra healing potion, Osric.
Oh wow! Oh, guys, look what I found.
Well, unless a restoration, if they needed it, they could take it then. But right now, there's nothing affecting them, at least that they
Is this
know
what
of.
you said I would like when we were going into the tavern?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If only we could keep it. And he puts it in his.
And thank you for the tip. So,
It's like you. I'm
and
very
they
grateful.
thank you too. It seems to be we pick on Ostrich, but he gets all of it. He's got the inspiration now. He has the extra healing potion. So, from the rolls, Abdul not too bad. Abdul's kind of running him and Ostrich. Yeah, so definitely the bent nail. There is nothing's happened to the building. The locks are intact. Lionel was correct. Y'all give it an extra run over, and there is no, we're told. So the man went this way, but you will say is that the manhole cover has been moved. It has been messed with.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go down, boys.
Already? Oh my god.
Which one? Which one?
The manhole cover, that's right there outside in the middle of
Right
the alley.
behind, or in front of number 3, I guess.
Mhm.
Or is that behind? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a couple of doors. It's this door to the main door to his place is right there in front of it.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's like not many people are going to be out right now. So maybe that'd be the best time to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
y'all tell me.
Because the wood guy isn't here right now, and everybody's not going to be wandering the streets after what happened.
I'm
Okay.
climbing down.
Okay,
Yeah,
Well-
me too then.
y'all climb down into
Yay.
into sewage, quite nicely, and you will know that you've got it just from what you see your manhole covers that you've got it goes off. You've got a section. Basically, you're at a T intersection.
Left or right?
Is it really cramped in here?
Yes.
the light
Oh yeah.
situation?
Yeah. There's nothing, and there's no rooms. You don't see anything. It's stagnant water.
This sucks.
Yeah. It's stank.
Can,
It's
can
I can't make any actions, right?
You're gonna have a huge hard time even trying to draw your weapon
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
but still move. You still got some room to move, but you've got north, south, east, or west, or y'all can make some more checks.
Yeah. I want to see if I see anything.
Okay.
Genmare,
Maybe look
Do
for
you-
footprint. I don't know.
Mhm.
That might be a bad idea.
do you have the ability to light up objects,
I don't believe so.
as in the light cantrip?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What a guy.
Well, it just so happens as y'all are moving in there, and Lionel, y'all are looking at this, you will see some blood streaks. You remember that whoever this was injured, and it looks like there's a couple of streak marks that head west.
Start going west.
Okay. Yep.
I think
Can
Osric
one of
wants to
our
light a torch.
hand boys light a torch? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
I was-
I'll.
So Osric's gonna light a torch, and then he's gonna say, "Guys, I was gonna show you this a bit later, but check this out." And he casts his invisible mage hand, and he hands it off. He hands the torch off to the mage hand, and it just
Mhm.
floats there. So now he can float this torch down where we're walking.
I thought you said
And
you had
keep
no
his
magical
hands
app.
Well,
What is
So-
this?
yeah, I know, right? And you see a huge smile spread across Osric's face, like his
Did
eyes
you
are
make a
lighting
deal
up.
with the devil?
No.
Well, you could just use a bead in the
I,
tunnel, you could light it up real easy there, couldn't you?
That seems like a very not good idea.
Genmar, you have that item, right?
Have
You're
what?
you're still carrying that item.
I still have the. We really should have taken it to the investigators while they were still hanging out.
Well, we can still take it. We can
No,
take
let's
it when
keep
all the
it.
beads are empty. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I bumped my head or something during the blast, and it's starting to come back to me. Like these are things that I sort of used to know, and I don't really talk about it much, but I have a bit of magical training. I don't have a book or anything. Anyway, I just thought it'd be a nice little thing that we can use. And if you ever get dirty, I think I can help you out with that too.
I swear
So
to
don't-
God, if you touch me, make me clean, I'm gonna cut your hand off.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it's so dark in here. Who said
That's
that?
voodoo
Someone-
magic.
And y'all hear it detaches. Y'all see a light orange bead fall from the necklace, hitting the concrete.
No.
It
No.
Good job, Ginmare.
was,
That's
thanks
not
for watching,
canon.
folks. They're all dead. A large explosion in a confined area. What could possibly go wrong with methane everywhere?
I don't think anything could go wrong.
So,
Well, there's a torch lit, so
yeah, and a torch is in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, right.
They weren't thinking about that. So, but y'all make y'all's way, and we'll follow the tracks, and they're fairly evident. You know, it wasn't whoever it was not hiding his path, and y'all follow it, and it seems to go west, and then heads up north a couple sections, and then you see a ladder, on the side wall headed up to a manhole cover going up, and definitely the handprints go up this ladder.
All right. Do we want to?
Not
Get me the
far.
hell
I'd
outta
say it's
here.
probably, you were to gauge it inside 10 blocks from where y'all were at.
Osric will float the torch down to his hand, and then he'll hand it off to whoever's behind him. It's like, I want to check this to make sure it's safe. Can you give me a minute?
You know.
Okay, so yeah, he'll hand the torch off, and he'll float the hand back up there, and he'll try to open the door.
You mean
From a distance.
you mean the manhole cover? You mean?
Is it a man? Oh, it's a manhole cover.
A ladder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, some a makeshift, iron, ladder, just like y'all climb down into. Y'all see one that's going up to a manhole cover up above y'all, the street up above. Niblet, shush.
Okay.
But it did look like the person who was.
Oh, you can see
walking
there's
through the one
handprints.
like
The
that.
bloody handprints go up the ladder. Mm-hmm.
How
Okay,
big
let's-
are the handprints?
Humanoid size. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5 fingers.
I'm pretty sure it's safe.
It's not Ken. His fingers are broken.
All right. Well, Osric will climb up, and
Mhm.
he'll open up the manhole cover.
Yep. Okay. So you'll pop out. Please miss that. Doink. All right. You pop out and you find yourself. There's kind of another intersection in the North Ward, and other than a few just normal street. You've got some shops, a couple of taller buildings, but what catches your attention, other than the normal street hand, is a large section of the north side. Niblet! Hold on. Yeah, thank you there, dear.
Guys, there are some niblets here.
Yeah, there's ruffian dogs come barking everywhere. And there is a huge, the north side, spanning a couple of blocks. In front of you there is a huge, it's a noble house in front of you. And then you've got the south side of a couple of shops and things like that. But there is a huge villa in front of you that you're looking out of.
Osric
hear
pulls the
about-
manhole cover back down, and he slides down. And he says, "All right, guys. So there's like a noble house outside, and I don't know if you guys remember who was it who told us that it was the investigator. Yeah, he said that
Yeah.
there was a halfling who was like a were creature, and it's like a
His
were.
family were nobles.
He was a halfling were rat, I think.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. His name was he kind of flips through his notes and he says shard runners. That's the name of the
band. That's the name of the gang. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys
Were
want
rats are an
place
unnatural
out?
evil on this town. I say we check it out, and if source come true that this is their lair, we need to take it out.
Indeed.
if we're gonna dedicate our lives to killing the were rats, don't you guys
Holy
want?
moly. Sorry, go ahead.
Lionel wants him
Must be
dead.
getting worse
I can tell you
outside.
that.
I was
Yep.
gonna say if we're gonna dedicate our lives to killing the were rats, don't we want to practice on the one that we've already met? Make sure we can take him down with, without no trouble. I mean, we don't want to run into a den full of them, if we're not well equipped. I think Ginmar
We
doesn't
do
even
have
have
the
a silver
silver.
weapon.
I have magic.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
who
if you guys
knows
are feeling
if-
confident, then I guess we can go ahead. But they're halflings. Guys, maybe there's a cure.
No.
There's not.
Can I do it? Is there a check I can do on lycanthropy? To see if there's a cure. Like, if I know about one.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Studied
we
it
proved
at the
that there's
library.
no cure. Yeah.
Yeah, library and all that. It's a curse.
I
Okay.
was gonna say either you get bitten by it or
You'd have to have a remove curse.
You can do that, right, Genmar?
Hmm?
You can remove curses?
Well, I don't have that spell prepared, so
Okay.
It's a heavy duty spell.
it is.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it. I know what the spell you're speaking of. I just don't know if I'm capable of casting it right now.
Yeah, so it has to be done. It's a big
well,
process.
it's not like these were-rats are exactly innocent. They are the suspect about blowing up, our tavern. So it's not. It's like
By
we should
all
make friends
means,
with them.
if you think you can defuse the situation, Osric, go on ahead.
Sorry.
We'll wait for you down here.
Honestly,
Yeah.
guys,
If we don't hear back from you, we'll assume the worst and go with the original
look,
plan.
if you don't hear back
You're
from
gonna be
me,
the next were.
then I become the next halfling were rat.
Take a bead. If they try to capture you, throw it at your feet.
Don't take it off. No.
You'll be missed.
No. Just,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll either take the whole necklace or I won't take anything, because I think if you take a bead off, it's like Armin.
You got to throw it. You
Like
better
Armin
chunk
it's
it.
like pulling
Yeah.
a pin on a nade. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta
Don't.
hurry up.
It ain't a gumball. Don't start chewing on it.
Can we just bury that thing forever
If
and
you
just
want
get rid of it?
to.
I'll take care of it.
I like fire.
No wonder we get fireballs on us.
Cost
Right.
me
Somebody
5
likes fire.
coins. This did.
Well, guys, so I guess we'll
Y'all are having a
climb
great
up and
time
take a look
smelling
around, yeah.
down in this sewer.
Get
so
me the hell out of here. It
Yeah, it's
smells.
not- Yeah.
I'm cramped.
so
Let's at
Osric
least
climbs
get
back
to
up the
surface
ladder.
street.
you're going
Osric
back
climbs
up into the
back up the
street.
ladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically you've got a manhole cover and you couple of carts come at you. You've got a decision to make, and you
Is
see
it a
people-
busy? Is it a really busy?
Fairly
street?
busy, yeah. You see people coming and going along. You see most people are walking along the south side of the street of the area where the shops and houses are. There are a couple that walk along the long wall. The wall you're looking at of this mansion, there you see a 2-story house. Up above there, it seems to be fairly big as you see some trees back there. You don't see any entrance on the side that you're on, other than see a 2-story house and a couple of windows up high, on the second level that look down into the street. But you don't see any movement out there or around there, and people aren't walking on that side of the street. I guess for whatever reason. So
Would we know where this is other than going through the tunnels?
you've walked past it before. You know the area. You don't know who lives there, though.
So we know how to get back home.
Y'all could tell where y'all are at because in the North
Yeah.
Ward. Y'all didn't go far. Less than 10
Well,
blocks, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't go up here. It's more busy. I suggest we just go out where it isn't, and then head there by foot. Like not underground, but
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to map out the sewers. Honestly, I want to know where all these different.
You
places-
have fun with that.
Oh, here. Okay, hold on a
we
second.
gotta
He wants
ask
to
you
know.
guys.
Hold on. Here, you're going to map out. Here's your job then.
yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Go right ahead. We'll see you in 3 months.
3
about-
years more
about
likely.
30 years.
I just get worried. I just get worried because these guys are running around under our feet.
Oh shit!
They're
Oh
doing
my
all
God,
kinds
sorry.
of different things.
Damn, that was
That's
right outside.
terrifying.
Now I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's just getting right here.
Are
If,
you,
if we lose
have you got to
connection,
lose
sorry.
power?
Man. I shouldn't lose. Well, I've got plenty of APCs. My house, I got APCs. But what happens is when it starts raining hard, my fiber will go out. It's the damnedest thing. It's buried. But hell no, we got to have water down there somewhere, and it shuts it off. So it's a possibility. So, but well, anyway, we're moving along quite well. We'll just see what happens. But that was a big old thunder. Man, it hit me. That hit right
Well, I'll
outside.
follow you guys with whatever decisions you want to do. I don't think mapping out the sewers is the best idea. It might take a while.
Okay, yeah, don't. I mean,
We're
I'm
at
thinking,
might be dead by the time we're
And
done.
so, and I
well,
will
I was
tell
thinking
you
like
that
just around our
yeah.
pub, not the entire city of Waterdeep.
most of what you're seeing in this area so far have been straight tunnels, a few landings for maintenance shafts and cutoffs, and scrubbing areas, where they can kind of come down where they, to help clean out certain areas. But you're not seeing, like the sewer area where they went was actually, you got to remember, that was actually a doorway that went down. If y'all remember. Actually, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was a ladder.
Was a ladder. But y'all have seen a couple of spots also where there are actual doors that lead down to certain areas. And Oshrik, you may not remember and make sure you understood, but that the Xanathar's Guild makes their home and they operate in some of the lower levels of the sewer. And what y'all have heard sometimes is there is actually the theory is, and the folklore is that there's actually a huge dungeon that is built, that the city Waterdeep was actually built on top of many years ago. But there's a huge dungeon by an old wizard, and Xanathar Guild uses some of that to operate out of.
And we know one of the entrances, the yawning
That's
portal.
right. Yes, that's right. The yawning portal does go down into the dungeon area. That's correct. People go down there all the time, and most don't come back. But that being said, this area so far, what y'all have noticed is just the track marks from this injured individual that made its way up to that manhole cover and out to that street. That's all you know so far, at least what y'all have tracked.
Ooh. Yeah, so I say we head back to...
Where we came
Shut
in.
up, Siri. I say we head back to our manor maybe and try and... I don't know if we're gonna... We know this place leads to the manor, like the sewers. This could be something we revisit.
Yeah.
But we don't have much to go on at the moment.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get a weapon silvered.
Yeah, I should do the same.
I should probably get something that does a little bit more damage silvered.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess it sounds like we're pretty much done for the evening.
Yeah,
have to
is
make
it
your way back.
nighttime now?
Sure. Oh, certainly.
Oh,
So
okay,
the
darn.
blacksmith is probably shut. They're closed by now.
I think as the evening begins, Osric heads up to Genmar. He says, "Can I talk to you for a minute? I have a question."
Yes.
Ever since I met you, I've been amazed by your powers over life and death. You healed Mr. Gloinson back from that critical neck wound, and then later on you pretty much vaporized that creature out out at the farm, and just if something bad happens to one of us, I feel like we can really count on you to be there, and I'm grateful for that. But can you? And Osric's face kind of screws up because it's like a sensitive topic for him. He's just kind of like, "Can you bring somebody back, like back, like from being dead?" And
It wouldn't be an easy thing to do. But in fact, I can.
That's amazing. I have a friend, or he's more of a coworker. He was, but he passed. It was a while back. Maybe one day, once we put all this madness behind us with the tavern and Mr. Prater, maybe you could do me that favor of maybe seeing about bringing back my friend. His death was an accident, and anyway, look, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. So that way, that favor can be owed. I very, very much would appreciate it.
Of course.
All right.
When the time comes, we'll see what we can do.
I very much appreciate it. And Osric goes on to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I'll go take a nap and go to the blacksmith first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Damn
Yeah,
explosions
I'll go
interrupting my
with you,
nap in the
Grant.
first place.
Yeah, Lionel will do some tracking. He wants to make sure he's going to watch because now you've got two things to worry about. You've got the issue of what's happened out front, and now you also have the issue out back.
Yes.
Okay. And the night will pass very uneventful for a change.
Thank God.
But you all dream of fireballs and
No.
PTSD.
and the suntans that you all get, except for Grayax because he's already got a suntan.
I'm red.
He's already red. Yeah. So y'all dream of Grayax basking in the fire, the heat of explosion, laughing at you. You can. That's fine. In the morning or in the middle of the night.
In the morning.
See you, Idiot Air. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you. Be back on tomorrow night on the Wizards of the Couch channel doing Lost Minds of Fandelver. And then back here Sunday night for episode 3 of our Halloween Spectacular of the Haunt series. Hope to see you. Thanks for hanging out, though, and thanks for the tip. All right, so morning arises, and you'll find yourselves back down stairs.
Osric opens the door and he comes in, and right behind him comes this little black cat.
He's got a putty tat.
What the hell?
Putty tat!
You have magic and now you have cats? Dude,
Okay.
I can't handle you right now.
Are you turning into a witch?
No,
Are you turning into a hag?
no,
Are you gonna eat
Go to the
sugar?
basement.
Yeah.
no.
You're banished to the basement.
The cat runs to the basement.
What's the cat?
He's
Why?
my friend. This is ritual that I learned a long time ago from my father. It's called Find Familiar, and what it does is it summons a creature from another plane of existence to come and basically be your friend and your helping hand.
But cats are from the material plane.
But he's a celestial cat.
Oh.
What's the difference?
What's celestial?
He comes from the celestial heavens, basically. It's a summoning spell. So
Well,
it's
don't let
yeah.
him tear the books up, and we'll be okay.
No, he's very friendly, and he's not going to be tearing up the books. I figured that we would summon a cat to help us, to help Lionel with tracking down any more of the regular rats. And if he sees a were-rat, it's just basically another pair of eyes.
Are you saying that Leonel's incapable?
No, that you're saying that. I didn't say
Okay,
that.
little one.
Are you comparing Lionel to a regular cat?
Yeah.
I figured that.
What did Lionel say?
This man
Celestial
stands
cat?
7 foot tall.
Well, Ginger stands about like 3/4 of a foot tall.
Is that its name?
But she could, yes,
My foot's bigger.
she could
The
squeeze
black
into the
cat.
tight spots and maybe help us find any of the regular rats that are here. And
Awesome.
like I said,
Lionel just walks off. He just goes. Hey,
Just out of curiosity, can you speak to this cat?
I can.
I can too.
I can also sense through the familiar's vision
Oh.
if I wanted to.
Well, how about we get this
Well,
show on the
anywho,
road?
I wanna go to the
So-
blacksmith.
Yeah.
Y'all can head to the blacksmith while he's so they just, y'all will go down there and y'all can visit with Embrick and Avi. Sure. And what well, Ostric's got his cat, so we got two things. So they want to do that. Ostric, what do you want to do with the cat? So what are y'all doing?
It's just gonna follow me around.
Okay, got the cats following y'all around. So y'all are going to head down there. So meet with them, and Embrick. Avi is the more flamboyant one, who is always out and about, and Embrick is a little bit more the standoffish, and he does the weapons work. And you want to do some silver to your weapons, is what he's saying. And what weapons would that be?
Well,
What is
I was
needed?
here earlier.
Yeah,
Could you
we've
do
already
a
been through
great
this
sword
process
for me?
once.
Say it again, Abdul.
Great sword.
What about it? You want it
Can you
silvered?
silver it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it will be the cost to actually do that, though. It would actually be the cost of the actual
Of the
weapon
weapon?
itself, to silver it. So a great sword is going to require 50 gold.
You
To
know
si-
what? That's okay. Yeah, I'll pass 50.
Well, you take about half of it. So he's just going to be coating the blade, but yeah, it's going to take a lot of silver to.
Oh. Well, is there enough for everybody? Well, I'll let everybody else go first and then see if he can do mine with the.
Well, we already got a couple of silvered weapons.
I'm going
I
to say
have one silver
ostrich.
dagger.
I mean,
I
yeah.
need two, but I just wanted something that is a little bit more lethal.
Yeah, so Lionel does it. He just has he's got arrows
He's got
silvered.
arrows.
Yeah, and he's good there.
I'm gonna unsheath my long sword from its scabbard and ask him how much that would.
Well, the long swords are only, they're not as big as the great sword and all that, so you're only talking about half. So you're talking about 8 gold to buy enough silver to wrap
and to
it
get it
around.
silvered as well,
Yep.
or
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make that deal with.
So you will have to
him.
leave. So you would have to leave it with him for a few days. Okay. Any weapon that you want to use will be off your radar for a couple days. A mace, he will be. That's not that difficult at all. It only costs you three gold pieces to get the silver in place for it.
All right.
Pardon me. Would you happen to have some leather armor? Like maybe something that's got a bit more oomph than what I'm wearing now. Osric reveals that he's just wearing plain leather armor.
Oh, they
Maybe
have so
get
yeah. So Avi is the he's the armor smith of the two, and he has basic armors, no problem at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just buying it outright. You could trade you what I got now if you want to refurbish it. And then I can just
You
pick
want
up some
what do you want?
some studded leather armor.
And what kind of armor have you got on you right now?
I have regular leather now.
So he'll kind of look over and all that. So he said, well, normal leather armor is going to be about 10 gold. We all being neighbors and all that. I could give you a discount of about 7 gold to buy it back. And studded leather's 45 gold. He'll give it to you for 40.
Oh, I'm very grateful. And he starts counting out the coins. Let me figure out what that's going to be.
Okay. So you get rid of your leather. You're gonna give him. He'll give you 7, and then you can studded leather. You can take off 40, and you can drag the studded leather over to you.
All right.
Yep, not a problem.
I also would inquire or ask them about if they do any sort of like bear traps or anything.
They
or
have.
If they know who would.
Oh, you could probably head down to one of the other shops. There's other just general stores. They don't. They really just handle weapons and armor. But for basic equipment and all that, you've got those are a dime a dozen, and you can buy that stuff. The adventuring gear table, you can pull that any of that stuff that's there for the cost of it in the actual table. So a trap is going to run you. Hunting trap is 5 gold.
Okay, so I'll stop by like another shop and grab one of those.
Yep. Okay.
Way out. And,
it's raining hard outside. Wow.
Is there enough silver to do the great sword or no?
Well, you can buy it all. The question is whether you have the money.
Yeah,
Oh, you got the money. You just got to take it off of him, and he just
25, right? It was half the
yeah,
price?
yeah, exactly. And he could get
Yeah.
the silver. He's got some of y'all, but he's used some of that. But he's to go buy more, and he purchases it all. And he's got to double it up because silver, the way he coats it onto the weapons and embeds it into the steel will take some time. But what it's going to cost is y'all going to be a few days without these weapons, so you can't use them for the moment. Okay. Other than that, you can. He says very much he appreciates it, and he will get this done as quickly as possible.
We appreciate
Take a
it.
couple of days. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should
Alrighty.
try to scope out where.
And Loco, when you watch this, we'll make sure we reach out to him that if there's something else that you want for your character, we'll have you can just text me or put it in the Discord channel and let me know. We'll make it happen.
He can borrow the cash from us because he always says that he doesn't like gold, but
He doesn't-
just wanna
he doesn't
make sure
care.
that he's well taken
Yeah.
care of.
He doesn't carry anything. He gives it to y'all. So,
Well, I don't have very much gold remaining. So.
yeah, y'all are pretty much
if
out.
If you guys need something, I've still got a fair amount of gold.
I have some.
I'd be happy to.
He's
give you a
hoarding
look.
he's hoarding the gold.
No.
Though it's
Only got
needed for
30.
the establishment to pay. He doesn't pay the employees. You notice about Ostrich. He doesn't like to pay.
That's not true at all. As a matter of fact, so I don't think we ever split up the 68
No, we
gold that we
didn't.
got from our first earnings. So we determined in the chat that everybody would get 17 gold pieces, and then Little Leaf would get the 2 remaining
But then
gold pieces left over.
Who's paying for the next 2 weeks of work or labor? Y'all remember y'all could remember I said, well, yeah, we were chatting about that. I said, well, y'all have enough to pay for the next 2 weeks and have a little left over.
I think we should just leave it at that.
It's up to y'all. You can do it either way, but the question is then y'all are going to have to you're going to have to deduct
I mean,
60,
No.
was it 60 gold?
I hit 120 gold.
So, it's up to y'all. We got to track it some, but yeah, you can do it either way, y'all. And yeah, but giving Little Leaf, sure, and his own bedroom now, y'all are really buttering him up. Not a
will you
problem.
stash some Grax?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went and hid some.
I stashed 120 in my personal cover the bar.
Oh, okay.
If you want to put that in the party sheet, then that can wherever the party sheet is. Jeez, this program. There it is.
Upper right hand
So-
corner.
Yeah. So I figure the party sheet would be a good place to have the all of the money that we're gonna put towards the bar, like as a separate item or something.
You can do that, or you can make it a note. Make you a note and share it. Make it public for all of y'all. And if you make it public, then y'all can track how much is going in there for operating. Because there's one there. You have one, Ostrich, operating expenses. Just use that and make it's public. Boom.
So we have 10 gold to split between 4 of us, and
Can anybody edit that?
All of you can.
no,
If it's public.
I can't.
What? Really? I guess you can just see it and he can edit. He's the only one that can edit.
He's the only one that can edit.
Weird. I thought y'all could. Huh. I did
But we
not know
see
that.
it, so
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I say we just hold out the shut up, Siri. The operating expense to 60 from that, and have 10 gold left over, and just pay that out to whoever. We can split it 4 ways.
Well,
Two apiece.
I won't take any because I have some gold
Yes,
on me,
it's-
so you guys can have most of it. I don't know, Genmei, are you good on money?
I only have 10 gold
Oh,
personally. On me right now.
okay. Well,
I still hear a lot of people crying outside. Guys, should we attend a funeral maybe?
should we open up today now?
I'm starting to
Since,
feel bad.
Everything's passed.
With that
Like-
hunting trap, by the way, Duff, I want to put it under the 4 place.
Okay. Back there.
The
Okay.
library, yeah, that alley man cave. I want to go down into it and put it in the water next to the ladder.
Okay. All right.
And
Not a
set
problem.
it up there, and then head back up top.
Okay. You're just putting it in the water just so to see if you pop somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So what else? So you're back. Y'all are back. Yeah, y'all were closed for a day, so no business. But your staff are still wanting to make sure that they get paid, even though they didn't want the day off.
How many staff do we have?
Today.
Oh, well, you've got washers, cleaners,
A
a couple
cook,
waiters. Yeah, you probably
about 10
a dozen or
10
yeah, about a
staff.
dozen, 10 to a dozen. Yeah, certainly.
We'll give each one a gold piece.
Okay, that placates them for the day. Sure.
We all paying 1 gold. So we're doing.
No, we're taking it out of the paycheck that we had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about how that exactly is working.
I thought the staff
I
was
was
in
already-
60 gold.
I was under the impression that what we rolled on that percentile dice was the pure profit after paying for that 2 weeks.
For that 2 weeks, so then you have the next 2 weeks to pay
Yeah, but-
something.
Our 2 weeks aren't up just yet, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So it's not like we have to pay them now. We can pay it at the end of.
Yeah, I was having you set it
Don't want
aside.
not being
Yeah,
paid for the day.
yeah, you misunderstood. Sorry, Ostrich. Yeah, and the thing is, that y'all have enough now to take care of the next 2 weeks without having to worry about it. You know, and
We have a bad week, i.e. 'cause
Yeah.
it's closed.
You're now playing with house money, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
All right. So yeah, we should not take any of it at all, basically, because if it's not enough for us to feel a meaningful difference in our own pocketbooks, and we should just keep it all in the house.
okay.
And we rolled exceptionally well last
you
time.
did.
So there are going to
Yep.
be
Yes, we did.
Yes, you did.
We're hardly making any money.
Yes, you did. Okay, so
We'll
the
make it
next,
90
so
something.
we've gotten some weapons we worked on. You've got a new house cat apparently that Lionel is not quite certain what to do with. 'Cause that's how cats, new cats kind of work in a family. There's little hissing and you sometimes maybe even catch Lionel pulls his dagger out a couple of times, but then trying to sheath it back in,
The cat is cat's
You're the
oblivious.
alpha.
I'm
We all
fun with you,
acknowledge
Loco.
you as the 7-foot cat who reigns over this small little peasant.
You're not here, Loco, so we get to have a little fun at your expense. Yeah, they had to share the litter box.
Oh,
I knew there was a litter box. I could smell it. I just couldn't find it.
Well, your cat sure found it.
Put it
Yeah,
up in
it's,
the tower.
it's all the way upstairs in Lionel's room.
That would be the best.
Yes, that's why he likes a lot of privacy. Anyway, and then we've got Gray actually put a trap down in the sewer. And what else? I mean,
Maybe we should scope out the place we saw.
The noble
The
house.
noble house, yeah. Just walk down the street, make sure we're.
what if we find out whose house it is?
Could also do that.
Because we know the family name of the supposed or the guild name. Maybe it would be tied into a family name somehow.
We could also
Just a
check up on
thought.
the detective, see if he found anything.
Yep.
Yet.
Yep. And so the next morning, while y'all are doing all that, y'all begin to. One of the things you've heard and begin to see a few flyers popping up. Is something called the Days of Wonder. It's a celebration that's going to be taking place. To basically, it's the new year. It's springtime. It is an important celebration that takes place. And you've seen a couple announcements, and then y'all begin to hear this music kind of blasting in the street. And it sounds like a little parade is happening, and y'all hear some cheers, and you hear some laughter and just people singing and all that from outside. But y'all are inside, so but y'all hear this going on outside in the street in front of the tavern.
Quick, flip the sign to open.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah,
have
seriously, like-
Lionel? Have you heard from the fairies?
Good question. It's incoming this week. Good question. Yeah. So there's some. Yeah. Yep. Then you
Yeah,
got,
we would be
This
you
would
know
be a good time to have
we running some
special.
specials.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
run some specials on the regular ale.
well,
'cause
you
ready
don't
for-
see anybody coming toward the front door because they all seem to be in awe and they're going, ooh, look at that. And they're, you can kind of hear them what they see, whatever's going on in the street has got everybody's attention.
Osric will take a peek outside.
Yeah, well, too.
You take a peek outside, and there are definitely people dressed up in big outlandish outfits, and then you begin to see some interesting creatures, things walking down the street.
I
Oh, dear.
recognize one of them.
And yes, they seem to be mechanical automaton humanoid puppets walking without strings.
Oh my god.
What?
Remember how there was a puppet that was up on the rooftop?
Yeah.
Oh, do you
Hmm?
think one of these machines was responsible for the blast the other day?
I say we follow the.
Or maybe
Surely they all-
just see who's making these puppets.
Aye,
Get a name or meet them, who knows?
absolutely.
As you watch all that, you will hear, and I was trying to bring that up so that I wouldn't stall on the damn question, and I did. Damn it. This, like I said, is a celebration of. God darn it! Where'd it go? Damn it. Like I said, it's called the Days of Wonder, and it's it happens every year in Waterdeep. It's very important. There is a traveling circus type group that puts this on, and son of a bitch, really, Duff? You couldn't have just decided. Alrighty. There we go. I knew I was going to find it. Called the. Well. As I just crash in here, having to bring it all up because once I get into this area, there is a whole weave of a maze that I have to, based on what this happens or what happens, and finding all this stuff. But there is a group called the. God darn it! I need their damn names.
Have you ever heard of a group called the
Called
Godarnets?
damn, I gotta find their names, bastard.
Don't make the guy mad. He's gonna make one of the balls explode in our tavern.
Yeah.
Don't you mean again?
No.
Again, yeah?
Okay. Well, that's
These
not
things
it.
These things are really amazing. Like, look how well made that elephant is. Like, that's a lot of machinery.
Hey, you
That's
bastards.
quality craftsmanship.
That's-
That
Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Okay, so story overview. I can't find the name of the group, and it's important. Go figure.
Metallica.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, story
Iron
overview.
Maiden.
Damn it. I'll find them in a second, but they give you the name. They come every year to town to put this on. They have 3 ships. Their leader is named Zardos Zord, and he runs. They have 3 ships that dock in the main Waterdeep area, the main dock, and they put on these parades. And their biggest draw are these. They think a lot of people think that they're people dressed up in these outfits, but they have these. You actually see when y'all are watching, you'll see this little one walk by with this doggy on its leash, and it is not a human because you can see gears moving inside and turning, and they're walking, and then you see, this big creature kind of look like this night creature, and you can hear, as it's walking, and they move and they wave and they look at each other and they smile and they look back, and some of their own wheels and other ones walk on their own, but and they're human size, and you can hear the pistons firing as they move off and walk around, and then some of these other bigger creatures, the gears are spinning in them. They're definitely automatons.
Osric is going to go outside. He's going to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to walk alongside some of them.
Yep. Yeah, well, they smile at you and they laugh, and they don't make any noise, but they smile and they look at you, and they seem to they acknowledge that you're there. There seems to be some type of sentient, thought process there, and they look at you, and then they turn back, and then they start waving to the crowd again as they walk down the street.
Can you talk? Do you know? Do you know common or something?
English.
I was gonna say English.
They just look at you. They just look at you and smile as you're chatting with them, and then turn back and keep walking.
Do any of them look like banged up, like they were knocking over stuff and have like dents and?
They're all dressed up and have bright, shiny outfits on. Not a speck of dirt on any of them, except for what they've been walking. There's some of them that are definitely, there's some that are dirty, but you couldn't tell,
Okay.
I say we follow them.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, come and check out the parade. Let's do something fun for once.
Okay. So the carnival is called the Seed Maiden. The group is called the Seed Maidens Fair, and they put this on, the Days of Wonder.
Yeah, I forgot this was going on. We should have had some
We all would
flyers
know.
around.
Y'all, this is something that y'all, being new to Waterdeep, but it hasn't taken place, but it is now, because of springtime, going to be firing off. And, a couple extra talks about, what these are, and y'all hear the word Nimblewright is the name of this automaton. It's called a Nimblewright.
Okay. I wonder exactly how nimble is anybody else outside?
There's I don't know. Y'all, yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Osric turns to the group. It's like, they're called Nimblewrights. I wonder how nimble they have to be, climb up on top of a building, and
Do any of them look like the necklace would go with their outfit?
Like
all different shapes and sizes you're seeing, my friend.
Okay.
Maybe we can go and grab the investigator and have him come out and take a look at these, see if he recognizes
Maybe I think we should just
from
follow
a
them
distance.
for now. We can ask later too.
Yeah, I'm sure if it's a common thing in Waterdeep, he already knows about this annual day and what they are. He doesn't need to see them again.
I'm pretty sure he's busy looking for clues and stuff about stuff
Yeah.
moving around town.
Maybe we'll follow these automatons and find out where to go once the parade is over.
They're going to be. You see, this parade's going to be traveling up and down the streets. If you want to follow them all day.
Never mind.
I'm just letting you know. But you can ask. But is that the only questions you're going to ask? I mean, y'all don't know what this is, other than y'all have heard it's called the Days of Wonder. It's a parade.
Y'all, what's it celebrating?
Y'all can ask. Yeah, I can ask. Yeah. All you got to do is ask some other people. So, you've got plenty of shops. So, what you're going to find out, is that this celebration takes place. That the Sea Maidens Fair group puts this on, and they are sponsored by the local Temple of Gond, which is over in. Asking that, and you'll find out it's over in the Sea Ward, to the far east of where y'all are at, along the eastern side of west. Actually, Seaward's on the western side of Waterdeep. But there's a temple called the Temple of Gond. Apparently, a little extra information about it. It's heavily populated by the gnomes that make all these wonderful inventions.
Gnomes make them.
So one of the puppets might have turned on his creator.
Maybe.
He shot the gnome with the bead.
Or miscalculated how close he was.
And the Zentarum were there too, chasing him. Maybe the Zentarum have gotten in with these automatons and reprogrammed one. Or a couple of them. Maybe they're going to try to use them as a military force. Look how strong they are, and it's not the same as risking a body like a real person. Imagine if these things, pardon the expression, went rogue.
A weapon to stab.
Couple strikes from a good sword will put these guys down.
Think so?
Couple beats from a necklace, I know, will put them down.
Do you guys want to go check the Gnomish temple?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
the
sure.
workshops.
Maybe at the end of the day, our stuff will be done. Who knows?
Is there a place where these tinkerers, hang out and they're building and maintaining the bots?
Well, I didn't say that you were never told that the gnomes built these things. These Nimblewrights are owned by the Fair group. They bring them in their ships.
They're sponsored by the gnome, right?
The fair is sponsored. The
Yeah.
fair itself is sponsored by the temple. Yeah.
I think that's as good a spot to any to go look at is the temple.
Aye.
Maybe
Yep.
go learn some more information on these anatomicals and all that good biz.
Well, planning all that, and it's kind of open and all, and y'all will hear some laughter coming up behind that, and y'all will look and following along and watching and enjoying it. You will see a couple of your friends that you haven't seen in a while. You'll see Floon, and he'll have Rainier Neverember with him, and looks like they've been drinking a little bit. And
Shocker.
as they come closer to toward y'all, and they're pointing, and they go, "I think it's over here." And they're pointing toward y'all's deal, and it looks like they were headed and coming toward y'all's place to check it out. And they will see, if y'all are sitting out there on the side watching all that, they will recognize you and Rainier, and they go, "There they are. There, this is their place. Let's check it out. Let's see if it's any good." And we've walked a lot already, and I'm tired. I want some food and more drink. And so Floon and they'll come up, and Floon's definitely drunk. Rainier's not as drunk as he's putting up to be. And
Like the last time.
Well, yeah, he was basically following Floon. He was basically to try to get him home when they got knocked out. Rainier, basically, you can see, is a little bit more control of himself than he puts on. You might be actually think he's ordering a drink when he's actually got water in the, he's that kind of dude. But he kind of winks at y'all, and he's, and he bows and asks, some pleasantries that take place between the group and what's happening. And he says, "Yes, Floon we have heard that things have gone well here, and wanted to come check out the place. A few of the City Watch even talk about this establishment. Please show us what y'all have done since I last saw you."
Take them inside.
Okay. You go inside, and he is thoroughly impressed when y'all kind of come in, and Floon, in his state, impressed with the place, but how's the ale? How's the liquor here? And he says, "Let's taste some of the good stuff."
The good stuff.
May I ask what brought you
Well,
back to Waterdeep?
Well, he lives here.
Good stuff.
Oh,
They
he
live.
does?
Yeah.
Who? Flynn? Oh, they all live. They all live here. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Flynn.
Damn it,
Flynn lives
Abdo.
here. Oh yeah, he lives south, and he gets in trouble with Volo a lot, and Rainier too. But Rainier, like I said, he gets an idea that he kind of keeps his eye on Floon a little bit more than what he lets on, and he.
For some reason, the grid for the outside of our place isn't showing up for me. The white one with all the buildings labeled.
Because we don't have a.
It's not a grid on
that.
it. There's
Yeah.
check marks on it, but there's no really a grid.
Well, no, I don't have the map.
This map.
Yeah. Okay. I was looking for it and I
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
Put you back. Now we're back on the.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
First floor.
in maps.
Use the hotbars at
Yeah.
the bottom. Save
Yeah,
the
but-
maps.
Yeah. Now we're back to here. As y'all are inside. And so y'all give him a spot, and Flynn, is a little tipsy. He's a little blurry, and he, let's get that good stuff. And he, y'all can bring him some stuff, and he takes about half, about down in half of tankard, and all of a sudden he just kind of, the rest of it pours down his face, and you hear him, and he just kind of passes out in the backside of the chair. And Rainier says, "Yeah, I was wondering when that was going to, Finally, I'll take him home in a minute." But he just kind of looks over and he goes, "Tell me what has been happening. I apologize. It's been too long for me to come and say thank you once again for saving my life and all that. It looks like things have fared well for your merry group here with this place. What else has been? What has been new? What has kept y'all busy these past few weeks?"
A series of unfortunate events.
A series of unfortunate fireballs.
Oh, fireballs! How so?
Well,
I'm sure you've heard word about what's happened over here.
Where to
No,
begin?
no, I don't. He goes, "No, what are you talking about?" No, he hasn't been here in a while, and he's been busy, But yes, so no. What do you mean? What's happened? Things look great here.
Yeah, they look great here. Just a couple of days ago, there was a huge explosion right outside, and he points to the intersection, and like 11 people died.
What? What happened?
Well, we're kind of trying to figure that out. It might have been involved with the work that we're doing.
Huh?
The work that we're doing, and he like winks.
Hey, Osric, do you think he would know about the Noble family?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. So, in some of our explorations, we've come across a house. It looks like a bit of a noble house, one of those really swanky townhomes. We think that there's a noble family living inside. Do you know about it? And Osric kind of describes what it looks like and roughly where it's located. Not too far from here. People seem to not be walking on the same side of the street as where the house is.
He already says, "Then you're talking about the Grolhund Villa." Yes, I know who they are.
I must
Groll.
be, yeah.
Gralhund. Yes, he will tell you that sounds like that is the house of Gralhund. Yala and her husband Orand live there. Surprised, it's always fighting. I have, he's heard that a few times, they keep to themselves a little bit. They have a, fairly, it's okay place, and he says, compared, but I don't want to brag. They keep to themselves. They have themselves. Yeah, but he's telling you that sounds like the Grolhund Manor. But what about them do you, you think they're involved with? He said you had a fire? Did you tell him exactly what? So I need more information of what you tell him. So what about them do you believe was going on? I don't understand.
Are they halflings?
No, they're not.
Okay, what are they?
They're humans, common. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not ready to make any bold claims yet. I don't think. But we've been getting a bit of harassment around here. From basically for some creatures that resemble ratmen. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but they come and go using the sewers around here, and we decided we would traipse through the sewers looking for him, and the path that we found led straight to the noble house of the Gralhans. So I was just inquiring
Wait.
about who lives there, just trying to figure some things out. Not throwing any wild accusations around.
What? Hold, Ostrich. Oh, that's right. He's basically, I'm not following you. What? He's kind of, I've had some to drink, but my mind's a little foggy here. But back up 1 second. So you think you're dealing with were-rats is what it sounds like. And why do you think you've been dealing with were-rats?
Osric will go ahead and hand off the conversation to Abdel and Grayax.
What the hell?
They-
Way to drop a ticking time bomb on us.
Didn't you guys chase someone and you guys found the scratch marks? and stuff?
No, that was
No. It was
Lionel. And
Oh, okay.
Lionel and somebody else was in. Wasn't it Grayax? Wasn't it you? Or was Abdel?
No, it was
Okay.
Abdel.
So, but you don't know it was a were-rat or not. You have no idea what it was.
No, but there was a rare rat carving. That's the only reason that we found it as.
But what made you go into the sewer? Rainier's asking.
Well,
I don't still understand.
we found. Well, hey, Lionel, why don't you explain it? No.
Oh, Lionel's not here. Oh, no. This is on you guys.
This one is staying out of
We're
it.
gonna look like at Grix. Like, do we even attempt?
So, like, there was some, after the fireball.
What
Couple
fireball
witnesses.
is? So he doesn't understand. He knows
I
nothing
thought we
about
told
that
him
either.
About the explosion.
So
I
there's
don't-
been a lot that's been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So start one spot.
Explosion.
What?
So,
No, we basically said there was an explosion outside. What about it? Oh,
Explosion
Okay.
happened down in front.
So the explosion happened out front. We had a couple witnesses tell us they saw somebody run in this direction of the wood carver or the woodsmiths guild. I forget the name, but anyways, we followed.
Mm-hmm.
We followed it. Saw that the manhole cover was disturbed. Went down into the sewer and saw blood trails in the sewer of handprints and stuff, like on the wall. And we followed them, and they came up at another manhole cover,
Okay.
right in front of the manor that you mentioned that you just told us the family about.
Okay. So now, but so, did someone left? So you followed somebody that from the explosion? You're saying?
We believe so. They were chasing. Apparently, the reason the explosion happened, we speculate, is there was a gnome figure getting chased by two of the Xantarum Guild members.
You see him go when you say that right then. You guys are learning. He goes deathly ghost white. The blood drains from his face, and he says, "Wait, let me make sure." And he's kind of stammering a little bit, and he shakes his head. A gnome and two basically human Zent basically were killed in the blast.
Yeah.
Correct.
I wonder. And he says, when the lords of Waterdeep ousted my father, I thought that maybe his long, dark shadow was finally gone for good. Because the truth is, I want nothing to do with my father. But his spies continually hound me, even to this day. One of them that has followed me a great deal that I know and think highly of, but I still know he's there. He was a gnome named Dalakar, and he'd been watching me for several months. About 2 weeks ago, he just was gone.
Did he carry a dagger?
Well, I believe he did. My father didn't trust many people, but I know he trusted Dalakar.
Can you describe him? Because I saw his face.
He gives like a gnome. I spoke with a few of his friends when he disappeared, just, because my father, has a way with the gnomes, but Dalakar was a good man, a good gnome. He was on, and he kind of looks and he goes, Dalakar was on a special mission to retrieve a special object known as the Stone of Galore, Gollorr, and was very afraid that the Zentarm or Xanathar's guild were close to catching him. He asked about y'all when he heard about my kidnapping and that y'all rescued me. I believe in what you're saying now to me, and he gave the description of who he is and what he was, that he was coming here. He might have actually had the stone with him.
And our good friend
Lionel
Osric gave the stones away.
Well, Lionel saw that they picked something off his body, the guy who ran behind.
The pouch that when Osric lifted the pouch from the dead body just had some gemstones in it. He will tell you that the Stone of Galore, at least his description is a 12, 15-inch piece of stone with some markings and all in it.
Do we know anything about that stone?
Do the Nobles have any affiliation? Do you
say
know?
Say that again?
Sorry, we got two questions going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Genmar.
Abdel? I'm gonna ask if he knows if the Nobles have any affiliation with the Zentarm Guild or whatever it is.
Is the Temple of Gon? You talking about the dome deal and all that? That he says on Nimble Rights, he says those are lovely creatures that come with the fair. They are, but they're mindless. They have a certain program to them, and they abide by that program. They're not a sentient being of sorts that they can make their own decisions and all that. He basically is telling you that they have a certain purpose. They're crafted, the magic's put in them, and they have a performance of what they do and all that, and they just kind of repeat that over and over and over. That they're not. There's no free thinking whatsoever with these creatures at all.
Okay.
It's a construct. So, and you see him. He's reaching back. He says he tells you that he believes that the Stone of Galore, in its magic ability, they believe that it can be used to find the resting place for the treasure. That you can use it to know exactly where the treasure's at. And if that falls into the wrong hands, then those people will find the buried treasure, and be able to remove
Trader's treasure.
Yeah, trader. It is. So basically, remember the big pile of dragons and praetors is a huge pile, and his father had embezzled the dragons and the praetors from the city and all that, and hid them before. Yeah.
Including praetors, so he stole from the city and he stole from praetor.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
does the person we're talking to right now, does that person know about praetor?
Rainier knows who he is and about him, and enough
what is praetor's status in the city? Are we supposed to never talk about praetor?
Yes.
Like a secret figure?
You're not supposed to let people know you're working for him.
Yes.
But Rainier knows some degree because Floon doesn't keep his mouth shut. And Floon,
saw that.
Yeah, and Floon also had to go when y'all rescued Rainier. Floon had some stuff he needed to reveal to Praetor, and he came back and kind of told y'all about some of it and what was going on, and that Praetor gave y'all the directions gave you the deed to the place, and y'all were to use it and blend in until some clues or things surfaced to be able to get the trail had gone cold, and y'all were waiting for something to blow up and make the trail hot again. So
this is very
what's so funny? I don't get
informative news.
We had to throw fireball after fireball after fireball till they finally understood what was happening. So
yeah, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
So Rainier's thinking, and he's hearing this, and he's telling you this information, and he goes, God, I would love to have, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance, if I, didn't know he was that close to finding the stone. It's, and that if he had it or was coming to visit y'all here, because that would be the only reason I think that he would even be near y'all, was that he may have had that on him. Now you're saying someone took it from him and was, possibly if you're saying you're thinking that individual's the one that head into the sewer to the villa, he is going to, I am a member of the Harper's Guild. I need a few days to reach out to my contacts. Let me see what I can discern before y'all take the next step.
There is another piece of the puzzle here. The city watchman and the magisters, they took those bodies, and I heard them say that they were going to be trying to speak with the dead. They had some kind of holy spell to wake them up briefly and ask them questions. What if they wake up the gnome and he starts talking about this stone, and someone up there knows about it?
How long has this been? That needs to be like,
it was yesterday.
He looks to Ginmare. He begins to say, do you not have contacts in your temple that you can reach out to? This needs to be addressed immediately. Someone needs to get in there and head that off and get those questions asked before they do.
I believe he does.
Maybe.
Well, it might be worth.
I'm going to leave it to y'all, since y'all know who has them and what. And here, the question is now Dalakar is his name. That will help you. You can, Genmare, he'll kind of confirm. Y'all kind of know this a little bit, but it's going to cost you. When you speak with the dead, you have a very limited time and can ask a question. I would get make it quick, get a 2 or 3, figure out what those questions are, make them pertinent to what you ask, and get that information out and quickly, and get that back here. Let me go work on who and what was going on with what you're telling me and what I can find out from my network, and we will meet back here in 2 days.
Sounds good.
And y'all are hearing there, the other thing interrupts y'all, so and Floon leans over, all over Abel's shoe. So, and he I want some more. Yeah, Rainer says,
life and you throw up on my shoe. I see you.
He threw up on you. So, and so Rainier said, "Oh, Floon, we must get you home." And Floon says, "Home? Where's the home? That sounds boring." And he said he will give y'all a wink. He says, 2 days, I'll be back. And he grabs Floon, and he basically carries him out.
Well, you said you could clean me.
Well, you said you didn't want me to.
No, different.
Okay.
Don't do it.
We'll put it up to a vote. Whoever wants me to clean.
Whoever says no gets a great axe to the head.
A gray axe to the head. Wait a minute. Osric waves his hands over you, and as he does so, the puke and vomit just kind of disintegrate and vaporize off.
I'd like to cast counterspell.
Osric gets thrown across the room into the fireplace.
Oh, actually, it is casting all that. It attaches a ball from the necklace, and y'all watch it as slow-mo as it.
No.
As it lands on Abdel's foot.
You're just looking for a cliffhanger.
Lights up the inn. Time to start over.
Everybody got their backup characters ready.
Okay. So now what are you guys doing? You have so now the day's passed. Man,
So
We need to
Genmare
have Genmare
needs to
talk
visit
to
with his
people.
temple people first thing in the morning, and we need to know what questions we want to ask, and we need to figure out how to get into town hall and see the dead bodies without being seen.
Well, have we built up any goodwill with these
Wait,
people? They might
is
allow
there
us.
no way we can
I
get
mean-
special permission to go and access the bodies?
I can try and command one of them to
No.
leave, like the guard to leave the.
I don't think that's a good idea. That would be
you
breaking
will
the code
forget
legal.
that the city has a. There is an issue with casting magic inside the city, and all that.
There's an issue with casting magic
Okay.
to control people.
Yeah,
It's part of the
well, not
code.
controlling. It's just the use of it, and
Ooh.
it is heavily monitored.
Well, I am a cleric. If I
Well,
could get
that's some
permission to go and
bullshit. There's been
perform...
3 fireballs.
Yeah, but those aren't magic. Those are those
Yeah,
are
no.
beads. They're not
The
castings.
first one wasn't.
We gotta turn
Correct.
in the necklace because it's basically contraband.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
I
a
disagree.
very dangerous weapon, but
Um,
Well, if we
But
do that,
yes,
we
you
could
may-
build up
They're
the
gonna arrest
goodwill.
you guys, though.
Look,
You guys been holding on to this for 2 whole days.
yeah, head ass.
we say we just found it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
you're
been
gonna do it
holding
again?
on to it for 2
You
days.
gonna lie?
we were cleaning up around the inn, and we found it in a barrel of water.
You're gonna lie?
Not me. Osric can do it.
I don't see the problem. Look, if we're turning it in, then we're building
One way or
goodwill.
another, turning it in is the right thing to do.
Dude, it's not like.
Lying about how we found it's the wrong thing to do.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but it
They,
would
they got
ultimately-
mad
it
at
would be a
Osric
white
for
lie.
taking. Well, that's kind of different. But
Look, I'm demonstrating our compliance with the investigation. If we find anything, they would want us to turn it in. Okay, so
I'm not
again,
bailing you out.
Listen,
Why don't we turn it into the?
you guys have such little faith in the legal system.
Right.
The legal system, when you lie to it,
yeah.
When have I lied?
You want to lie on how you found the damn necklace?
We got it from what? What makes
You
you
did not find it from.
guys? You really? I don't think you guys are listening to me.
in one of the rat holes that has the moldy bread, we found it.
No, that would be a lie.
Yeah.
Saying you found it in a water barrel is a lie too.
It was
The
in the
kid-
water
the
barrel.
boy
kid
found
just
it
took
The
in
it.
the
boy
water
found it in the water barrel.
We got
Yeah.
it from the
Yeah, I know he
boy.
did.
If we just cut out the kid from the story, then it doesn't
That's
matter.
lying.
It was in the barrel.
That doesn't change the fact that you're
it
lying.
needs to be turned in. It's very dangerous.
Who
But
is
you want to
making?
By
say
all
you just
means.
found it.
Who is making the claim about lying? Which one of you is saying that?
Both of us.
Abdel is Abdel saying that?
Yes.
Okay.
And Grey Axe.
Genmare said that he was gonna cut the kid out of the whole equation and say you guys found it in a barrel while cleaning up.
You guys do you. I don't want to be a part of that lie.
What would we rather do? Hang on to it forever?
Either
And
hang
you-
on to it, or if you're gonna turn it in, tell them the truth. Just say
And
you haven't had
and what
time.
do you think the truth would be? Because
I don't know.
we found it
That-
on the day that it happened. We got
Yeah.
it from that
Yeah,
young
2
man.
days ago for doing it tomorrow morning.
Well, we were running
So-
around taking care of some other stuff too.
So when they ask you why it took so long, don't say, "Well, we just found it." No, just tell them that whole story. We gotten, to some business inquiries and got busy.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what's the
I mean, we
problem?
could- We could do
Bear
that.
said he wanted to say he just found it today in a water barrel. That's
Oh,
lying.
well, not today. We just found it.
I think we're making a bit of a too big of a deal about that.
What do you think, Lionel?
Well, we don't. Osric and I are the ones
This-
claim that, saying that we need to hang on to
of it.
This one. Oh Lord.
This one.
Lionel's just hissing in the corner at the cat.
This one
He's
is
him and the cat. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just hissing
Ginger,
at each other.
yeah.
Should we wait? Should we wait and get Lionel's opinion when he's feeling like it on what we should do with it?
So that's perfectly legit. You can put this in chat if you want to wait on that, because you have discussions about the fireball necklace, what to do with it. You have you don't know what Rainier's going to come back with yet, so you've got determination of what your course of action is to try to get to the dead bodies, to get to Dalakar, to speak with him, and how you're going to do that, and or chatting with Mayor's Temple. You haven't put all that together yet.
Maybe your temple could get you closer to the body when they go.
That's what I was about to say. Is that
Yeah.
if we could, if I could get permission to go and do death rite or something, then we'll be right in the same room.
I was gonna say we all don't have to go there.
No, we don't all have to go either.
I'll stay at the tavern and wait.
Yeah.
Make sure nothing goes wrong.
Well, we need to come up with the questions that we need to ask first.
Well, we can hold.
First of
You
all,
want to hold because we're getting closer, but it's things that y'all can put into discussion to say, here's what we're going to, there's a question you're going to ask, but how are you going to get these questions asked? You still haven't figured that part out. And so, yeah.
Okay, so I just put it in the chat here. Number 1, what do we do with the necklace of fireballs? Number 2, will we go about speaking with the dead gnome? That seems weird if you're just looking at it, but
I understand what you're saying.
We're gonna be maybe working with the priesthood to, help out with the investigation. Number 3, will we investigate the noble house with the growl hands that we might not now? It seems less likely that they're involved, but it's hard to say. And then number 4, where is the stone of Golor?
That's right.
Can I?
If that's what he had. Yep.
I'm just gonna input something. I don't think he had the necklace of fireballs.
The necklace of fireballs
I don't
came
think
from.
anybody thinks that.
The necklace of fireballs came from the puppet creature.
So why are we asking him what to do with the necklace of fireballs?
These are not the questions we're going to be asking the gnome. These are the questions we're asking ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the things y'all got to determine when we fire back off. What's the session going to start off with? What's going to be your course of action to move forward? And what I will do in here as y'all are going through putting a session before the next session, Rainier's going to bring y'all some information.
Okay.
Just keep swinging.
Okay, so I want y'all to keep. So there's some of this stuff we have. We don't need to tie up. I truly appreciate him playing and having fun with the RP and all that, but I also want to make sure you keep moving forward. You got the steer now, and your story's starting to move forward now. So, getting some of this information hammered out is before you. You're on the right trail. So you also, you've got what to do with the necklace, but also how did it get there? So when you've got this nimble right, now that you've learned that's the name of what you think what was up there, what's its whole piece in the puzzle? And then the person or whatever it was that took something off the gnome and fled into the tunnel and what you believe toward out to that street. Now there's a manor there, but now you don't know anything yet about that, but at least he came out there in front of that complex, and then so it may or may not be involved. And then where is the stone? That you don't know either, and if that's truly what he had, but that's probably, you would think, a question you're going to ask Dalakar if you get that question asked. So. Boom.
Can we play beer pong with the beads on the necklace?
Exactly.
It's called bead pong.
That's right. Okay. So we'll put it there, and then reach out to Lionel or Loco while you're watching this. Might say ask him to watch the session, or if he can get it. I don't know if he can get in a call with y'all, or just someone could speak with him and kind of review the pieces of it here. Then he can give his input, if you will, other than he's going to terrorize the cat.
I think he said in chat he was going to watch the replay.
Yeah, he was, but I don't know when he is. So,
Yeah.
But you might put it in there that let him know that if as soon as he can, that he can watch the session so he can see what's going on, and that these are the questions that are haunting the group, and that you would like his input and what's happening here. So There you go, Loco. There's your assignment. You're welcome.
Yeah, there's your homework.
That's your homework. Okay, so we will hold it here. So while y'all are in a total mystery now, you have
Bickering
this,
at the table.
you've got multiple clues sitting in front of you. Which ones are, what are they and where do they lead y'all? But here we go. We're off on to the next part of it. Okay, guys, good job as always. I'm trying to see. So reminding, we're good for, I believe, next week. I'm trying to see. The 31st, we're off. Just so y'all know, Halloween night. Okay,
Yep.
So I'll be off for that. I'm trying to see. I'm not sure if it's the 17th or the 24th. There is a early dinner function thing that I need to attend. It's supposed to end by 7. And so I should be okay. We might have a little bit of I'll let y'all know what date it is. And we might have a little bit of a late start, maybe like a 30-minute push to play that night, but we will still play. But I'll let y'all know which date is this I need to go to. It's kind of important. But it's like from 4 to 7. And it's downtown, which is already a 30-minute drive for me to get home. But so iffy, but I'll give y'all plenty of notice on it. So from there, we're good. Guys, good job. Thanks everybody out there. Jeff, thank you for hanging out and watching. And don't forget, anybody out there, Two Kings Game has got this lovely Kickstarter going on. Please check it out. Go support it. Some good guys here and some good stuff. And we want that to get funded. They are well on their way. So let's get them over the top. And we will be back streaming tomorrow night, Friday night, on the Wizards of the Couch channel, the Lost Minds of Fandover group. And then back here starting Sunday for another whole week of streaming with our episode 3 of the Halloween Spectacular with our Halloween group of streamers. Bingo. There they all are, all the channels that are participating in the game. So we're going to sign off. Everybody, thanks for watching. Be good. Thanks. See ya.
Thank you.
See ya, everybody.
Bye bye.
Nice.